We live yet? We live?
That's the worst intro ever.
That's Painkiller already.
Yeah, before the show started, it was like, Wings, you got the intro ready? You got it? Yeah. I'll point at you so you know when to start. And that's what he had going on.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you got to keep the shit moving.
And the best part, I'll point at you. Are you watching me? No, I'm not.
All right, what do you guys want to start with? You want to start with the Titanic 2? You want to start with the stupid woman getting mauled by the lion? You want to start with North Korea?
Let's start with the Titanic 2, because I think that's interesting. And I've been calling for this since the Titanic movie came out. I was like, I hope somebody is on top of this. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they made a Titanic 2, and first of all, I haven't looked into this too much, but I'm assuming they're going to make the same voyage, right?
I have no clue. I'm looking at the pictures right now. They're almost building it identically.
What the hell is Titanic 2?
They're rebuilding the Titanic.
Is this a sequel to the...
It's not a movie.
It's a boat.
Because like the fucking boat sank. Oh, okay. I thought they were making another movie.
I was I don't get the plot.
They did make another movie, though.
Coming to a theater near you. Titanic 2. That's right. The ship's back and angry.
Right. It's the Titanic 2, The Haunting. And there's just like a bunch of ghosts
you guys
underwater.
are making fun of this, but they did
Don't
make
worry. Leonardo DiCaprio's still dead.
The Titanic had like jet propellers and stuff.
Okay, if you guys are actually talking about the boat recreation, I know something about that. My parents bought a ticket for the first ride.
Sweet. All right. That's awesome. See, that's why we bring you onto things like this. Because, people talk about me making a lot of money or like Woody making a lot of money. When MrITryHard steps on board, me and Woody be like, yeah, that microphone that we got, that's really cool. MrITryHard's like, yeah, actually, I own that company. The microphone company. Yeah, I made that just for you guys. You like that? Hey, do me a favor, Woody. Tap it twice, and it's gonna say your name. I had that programmed in.
Woody.
Wow. No, it's not like that. It wasn't that expensive. It was just one of those like get there first kind of deals. But
bullshit.
Bullshit. Right, whatever.
So we both know that they didn't just say, "Hey, who wants a ticket? Anybody?"
Can I interrupt you, Kyle?
Please.
So before MrITryHard agreed to be a guest, he said, "That's fine, just don't talk about my private life." I was like, dude, no problem.
Dude. No, but it's okay. Hey. It's okay because I brought this up. It's fine.
Hey, I didn't agree to any of that. I didn't agree to that. I was 30 minutes late to this thing. I'm just saying.
You were an hour late.
40 minutes tops.
So they're actually they're going to build another one?
This is just on this is on the news article. Palmer, a mining tycoon, estimated worth of $5.2 billion, according to BRW magazine, wouldn't announce ticket prices, but said prospective passengers are offering up to $1 million to get on board.
No, that's bullshit. No, please don't say that. That's bullshit. No,
it might be true, but in the same way that it's true that like some first iPhone customers are paying $6,000 for them.
Mm-hmm. I paid retail for mine.
I think they're recreating the exact same voyage, aren't they, or something like that?
But what's the big deal? Isn't the Titanic just absolutely trounced by modern cruise liners?
So
it's just like the historic thing.
It must be. So most of my cruises, all of my cruises, I think, are on Disney ships, and Disney has two classes, little ones and big ones. We prefer the little one. The little one is bigger than the Titanic.
Right.
Okay.
And I've done the big one too, and the big ships now, like what is it like?
The Allure of the Seas is the one that I'm looking on this.
Isle of the Seas, maybe?
Allure? Isle? Maybe it is the Isle.
Maybe you have it right. I'm not sure. Maybe they're all similarly named. But those really big ones are like 4 Titanics or something ridiculous like that.
But here's the thing, Woody. If you had a choice to float on like Island of the Seas or a replica of the Titanic, which one would you rather go on?
The one that's less crowded.
If you could bring your wife, Woody, have her on the tip of that boat and have her do the whole angel thing pose thing.
Yeah,
that would be epic.
Line
right?
waiting up there at the front, dude.
Here's my thing. I bet they've learned a lot about making good cruise ships since the Titanic. When was that? Like 1912, 1940, something like
1912.
that? 1912. Really? Did I get that right?
Yes.
Whoa.
Holy smokes. So anyway, like for example, at the front of the Disney ship, there is a pool. And it's only for the crew, and no one's ever there because the crew works like 24/7. It turns out the front of the ship, that place where he did the "I'm King of the World" thing, is a freaking lousy place to be. It's windy, it's super noisy, it's like wet, it's a really uncomfortable place to hang out. So they make it like crew only on a lot of the modern ships. If you want a similar effect, you do it on like the 9th floor.
Yeah, you go up to the Lido deck and just stand and look over.
Yeah, way up top there. So
You just ruined like all the little girls' dreams at this point, but it's okay.
But yeah, so I hear Titanic 2 and I think like, oh, that's awesome, like a new Model T. Is that the car you want?
Maybe they're all gonna dress up in like the 1912 type of clothing and reenact the whole. I don't know.
What about the sinking? Are they going to reenact that?
Oh, that would be.
Maybe.
That would.
Like the
What if
big
that's
joke
the
will be about the
surprise?
rafts.
What if that's the surprise? Oh, by the way, guys, we're doing it for real.
Those little tugboats over there, they're pulling the iceberg right in front of us.
I can just imagine the whole unsinkable, not enough safety raft joke's gonna be.
You're like, son of a bitch! I wondered why James Cameron were over there with that camera.
Reality TV going
I'd
wrong.
want to be on the ship with stabilizers. I'd say that. I want to be on that.
Yeah, that's a big deal, actually.
Stabilizers are huge. If people don't know, stabilizers stop it from rocking so much so you don't get seasick.
Boat talk.
By the way, I'm curious, Woody, you've been on cruises before, right? So how did you sleep? Because some people either sleep like babies, and it's like the best sleep they've ever had, or they just can't sleep and they get nauseous all the time.
It's not the motion of the ocean that gives me any kind of sleep trouble. It's the fact that 4 people are crammed into a tiny little room.
It's small, yeah, it is.
Yeah, ship stateroom. We don't stay in like the biggest. I understand though that the better staterooms aren't actually much bigger. I haven't seen them, but anyway, the very good ones are of course huge, but that's not what I'm talking about. With Colin in there, with Hope in there, with Jackie in there, with me in there, it seems like there's always somebody who like, you know, has to go to the bathroom or wakes up or has some kind of issue or complaint, and that's why I don't sleep that well.
See, I slept very well in there because when I went, I was like 14 or 15 years old, and I slept in the same room my parents had, and I was rocking sideways with the boat, whereas my parents were rocking head to toe, I guess, and it was like they had nausea the whole week while I just slept like a bear. It was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, slept like a bear makes a lot of sense. I hadn't even thought about that because babies suck at sleeping.
Yeah, no, they wake up all the time and want milk and shit.
Yeah, sleep like a baby is a horrible thing.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's...
Bringing knowledge.
Whoever came up with that saying's never had a baby.
Exactly, but sleep like a bear, they're awesome at sleeping.
You know what I was thinking?
Goddamn Canadians are geniuses with this regard.
Well, they've got more experience with bears than we do.
Yeah. Did they sleep
bears.
like a polar bear, to be specific?
Exactly.
I don't think they have polar bears, though.
I got one in my backyard.
Were you saying something, Kyle?
Yeah, I was talking the other day, and we were talking about the grizzly man guy, the guy who got eaten by the bears, and we've talked about it on the podcast
David
before.
Treadwell.
Yeah, and I was saying basically, like, we were talking about this. My friend was like, you know, if a bear ate my friend or my brother or whatever, he's like, I'd go up there and kill that bear. I'm like, kill it. I was like, you think the bear's gonna understand that? Why it's getting killed? I was like, if you really want to fuck with that bear, you radio tag it. You wait till the middle of winter and you wake the fucker up and run away. And you do that every year. Every year you wake that fucker up in the
With
middle
a cattle
of winter.
prod.
You point at him, you say, I will never forget, and you just run. You just run. That bear will never be the same.
You think animals can feel like remorse and no? See,
I think some can. Now I take that back. I've seen dogs like genuinely like regret what they just did. You know, be like, "Oh shit, did I make you mad?
Yeah, I was gonna say dogs seem to feel remorse.
I pissed in the floor. I'm so sorry. I had to go.
Yeah. I didn't know you wanted the trash in the can. I would have left it.
I thought I'd spread it out. That way we could pick out the good pieces."
My dog will mope though. If I ignore it too long and I try to go and pet it, she'll like give me the cold shoulder.
No,
That'll
you just beat
happen.
the shit out of it then.
What
That's
a
how you
bitch.
keep your animal in line.
Hey,
it is. Yeah.
No.
Then you hit the old collar, zzz, and she is back to normal.
She's bigger than me. I can't fuck with that dog.
What kind of dog
do you
you have?
have?
It's a Cane Corso. She weighs like she's not bigger than me. I'm
Here we go.
exaggerating. She weighs like 120 pounds. She's a
Now-
big girl.
Is it possible for you to bring this dog out?
Right now,
Yeah.
you'd have to give me a few minutes, but yeah.
It's at some point though. If you literally have a gigantic dog, I think I'd like to see it.
We could
Alright,
have like a gigantic dog off.
No, like, okay, so Woody, I've seen your dog. Your dog is taller, but mine is beefier. Like, mine is just muscle. It comes to my hip, but she's all muscle.
Yeah,
I got a 90-pound red-nosed pit.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait,
I had one.
you do?
Yeah.
How long have you had her?
Pet her about 4 months.
Oh, okay. Because when I was there, which was a year ago, you had...
I bought her to go walking with.
Is there a nice way to say sissy dog?
First,
Well, not if you use the word sissy, I don't think. You have to subtract sissy.
Well,
first.
I think when he got the dog, it came with Paris Hilton's little dog carrier.
I can't get a dog. Like, people who own dogs that are smaller than cats or fit in purses, I can't get it. Might as well get a cat or a hamster or something. I don't know.
Well, it's because you don't want a 90-pound red-nosed pit laying in bed with you, but you might take a 5-pound peekapoo that will cuddle up next to you.
Dude, we've had 2 Great Danes and a yellow lab in bed with us.
It's not fun. It's like
Not a lot
having
of
a
leg
person.
room, no. It's like
Dogs?
it's awesome at first. It's like, oh, there's so much love in here. Isn't this great? And then 5 minutes in, oh, just hot heat, no room. You don't want your
move the
knees bent
covers.
anymore. Yeah. Oh, the covers, whatever position they're in, is the position in which they stay. That's you get what you get. You don't pitch a fit.
You should never have your dog
I
in
could
bed
just put
anyways.
the little dog off the bed and be like, what the hell's up?
Yeah, with a little dog, you can like grab the sheet and kind of like do one of those things like you're getting the dust off of, and the dog will just go flying.
That's exactly what I was picturing.
Pull the old magic carpet trick on them. They don't know what the fuck happened. They don't blame you. They're just like, shit, that bed is
Wake up
scary.
midair and be like, what the hell?
Does your dog like you yet?
No.
Kyle's
I
dog.
wonder why.
No, dude. So I went and I saw Kyle and I saw his dog. Kyle bought the dog, and the dog does not like Kyle. If it was up to Kyle's roommate, the dog would be fixed by now. It's Kyle, like, protecting this dog's testicles. He's saying, look, I wouldn't like it happening to me. It's not happening to my dog. And the dog has no gratitude whatsoever.
None. I am literally the only thing standing between this dog and castration. And to say the dog doesn't like me is a massive understatement. The dog literally runs past me growling when it has to be the same.
Kyle, here's what you do. You reenact the scene, right? So you grab the dog, have this like fake vet there, and have like the dog, have the vet tie the dog down, force it there, have the scalpel ready, and then you come in, save the day, and now the dog will feel eternal gratitude
The
towards
dog
you.
would think I was going to hurt the vet and attack me. Don't worry, doctor, I got your back.
I was about to give Kyle some advice, but it's the kind of advice that makes me lose subscribers, so I'm going to avoid it.
Burn the dog?
No. We're not burning the dog. I'll give you the advice later.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what the deal is. I've never like hit the dog. I maybe hit it once, and I didn't like kick it or beat it or anything. I just like slapped it on the ass. Like,
when I was there, Kyle would try to like love up on the dog, you know, like pull it on his lap when he's watching TV or something. I did the same thing, and the dog like curled up next to me in this little lovely ball. Kyle does it, and the dog just attack mode. And he doesn't usually bite, but he'll
I see your message. I've done that.
You've done that?
Yeah, I've done that. I had to do it.
That's true.
So what happened was the dog got sick once, and he wasn't allowed to have anything to eat for 3 days. And that was the vet's orders. Like, you can't feed him for 3 days, no matter what, to like fix this stomach thing he has going on. And then at the end of it, he could only eat like rice and boiled chicken. So I literally hand this dog a bowl of like fresh. I made him rice and chicken. I don't even cook for myself. I cook this dog dinner, and he's like, and he looks at me like I'm insane. Will not come to me with the food. I have to leave the bowl there, and he like watches me leave the room, and then he walks over to the food. And he's like, "Man, I'm hungry, but I don't know about this."
He might just see you as competition. You gotta assert yourself as the male dominant.
Maybe he should add a couple more days to his sentence.
So just beat him mercilessly is the Canadian way. I don't know what to do with him. I'm tired at this point.
Let's segue with the beating to the prisoner left in the hole for 2 years.
What was I saw the picture of him or something? It's a U.S. prison, right?
Yeah, it's Arizona prison.
So tell us more.
Well, apparently he was driving. He went out for a drive across country. He got stopped with a DWI, and he basically, I guess he showed out, so he got put in the hole and put on suicide watch. After the first month of suicide watch, they just put him in the hole, and they left him there for like 6 months.
Did they forget about him or something?
No, they didn't forget about him. They kept feeding him and watering him, but they just didn't take him out the hole. I guess apparently there's like this rule that if you're suicidal or some kind of mental disability, you're not allowed in the general population. So you have to stay in solitary confinement.
And they left him there for too long. But you missed the second half of the story. He sued, and he won $15.5 million.
Good for him.
So wait, how long of a jail time did he do for 15 million?
2 years. 2 years solitary now. He actually snapped twice.
Yeah.
Like he broke.
You know, I'm not afraid of solitary confinement. That's pretty much how I live my life anyway.
Yeah, dude, if I could have a web browser, then I'd be fucking awesome in solitary. You know, 2 years of Reddit
connection.
That describes my last 2 years. It's no big deal.
Give me an iPad, bro. I don't give a fuck.
With an iPad, I'd be uploading videos. Like,
You think I want to be in general population with those assholes?
No way.
All
I'm
I did was mess up on my taxes a little bit. Give me that iPad, put me in the hole.
It'd be like a 2-year live stream from a hole. That'd be awesome.
Day 417.
How would a day in the life
again.
of Woody live stream go? Like, if I just woke up and live streamed in my boxers all day long, like, all right, here's me making a video. It's 3:30 p.m. I'm gonna start brushing my teeth and taking a shower. You know, like,
You'd have to start with your phone when you wake up in bed. And then carry it.
Just do a nonstop live stream. You know, here's me eating. Here's Jackie fussing at me for doing something wrong. Here's like this is my day.
No, you need to like embellish it, make it greater. Like you wake up and grow wings and like fly to the corner store because I don't know, make something epic.
Fight some ninjas sometime during the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Fight off
Save
ninjas from your
save the
house.
world twice before noon.
Shit. Do you even wake up before noon, Woody?
Yes. Yeah, I wake up every day and take Hope to school. And
right
then
back to bed, right?
Sometimes I go back to bed. And we were going to talk about the go back to bed part. That's between you and me.
What is it about people on the internet, especially YouTubers, who can never go to bed before like 3 a.m.? Like, what is it about us that makes us do that?
Because the hours of 8 to noon mean nothing. I was explaining this to someone last night. What am I going to do between 8 a.m. and noon? That's going to be
The world is
destructive.
How
operating.
does that point even make sense when, I mean, what are you going to do between midnight and 4 a.m.? Like, what's going to happen there?
You pump your
That's
social
the
media
time-
up for the Eurofags.
Wait, you do what for the Europhase?
You pump your social media up. You get on there, you know, you maybe a few tweets here, maybe a Facebook post a funny picture of a cat, you know, get that shit going, get those likes going up.
No, you can't do. It's like 9 a.m. in Europe over there. There's nothing going on by your
Well, for the
standards.
Pakistanis then. I got a lot of Pakistani fans. Whatever, you know.
Hey, my Australian subs need love.
There's a lot of Thailand people. There's a lot of Thai people who are really, you know, they're like, oh man, it's 5 p.m. Wonder what Kyle's up to. Gotta let them know. So I'm staying up to 4
goddamn
a.m.
hungry. The mere mention of Thai has me salivating.
I had a really nice dinner. It was
Why would you do
delicious.
that to your stomach? I've never had Thai food, but I've heard it's awful.
No, it's very good. It's
love
like
Thai food.
Yeah, it's like spicy Chinese.
And I don't try every
okay.
different food from where I went to Japan, and some of the food I ate there was dreadful scary. But Thai food's badass. I'm a big fan.
See, I can't do spices. I'm getting old. I'm a sissy. I get heartburn. I'm like,
I've never had heartburn. I don't even know what heartburn
well, then
is.
screw you, Woody. It's
Yeah.
awful. It's the worst thing. Worse than childbirth, I think.
Oh yeah,
I've
it's
heard
like a
of
heart
this-
attack. It's terrible.
Yeah, it is. You lay there thinking like, am I having a heart attack right now? This is awful.
Heartburn isn't that bad.
I don't know how you Americans do it. Okay, you guys always eat the spiciest stuff. Like, I'll go to like a U.S. restaurant and have like the mild chicken wings and want to like stab myself in the face. It's terrible. It's like basically by the time you're 25, you don't taste anything anymore. It just all tastes like hot shit.
Dude, your vagina's showing.
I worked with this guy who was from India, and so he's from India. He spends his whole life there. He's Indian, etc. He's going to America for like I guess the second half of his life. He's like 30 or something, and he tries the airplane food, and he nearly cried. he thought that was going to be his culinary experience for the rest of his life.
Oh, dear Lord.
And how badass is this? I've merely, like, thought waves of me and my hunger come out, and my daughter brings me milk and cookies.
Either that or she heard you say I'm hungry and she went and got you cookies.
Dude, like every show they bring me something.
It's awesome.
It is awesome. I have a little bit of an issue in that, like, last time they got me something, and apparently my chewing, like, this mic picks up everything in the room. I'm trying to figure out how to eat this without being disgusting.
Let's see. Well, take a bite. There's only one way to find out.
I don't know if you'll get it in the same way that the recording will. God, I want to eat this so bad. Hey, do we have a topic, or do we need one?
We were about to, what was the next topic? Wings had topics, and I thought one was
I've got topics too. Wings has been killing it.
I mean, there's
North Korea is the one staring at me.
yeah, North Korea.
Yeah, those guys assholes.
Those guys are such assholes. The problem is, it's my temptation, and I think most Americans have the same temptation, to completely write off any kind of North Korean threat, right? Like, oh my gosh, I see these political cartoons where, like, there's this giant American soldier with a steel-toed boot and this 2-inch tall North Korean throw a missile at the toe and it bounce off and then say, ha ha, I got you, right? That is I don't know if that works visually, but the idea that they pose no threat to us whatsoever is what they're going with. The truth is, North Korea is a problem. Like, I'll admit their people are hungry. Have you seen the aerial photos, the, like, satellite photos? Electricity is sparse in that country, right? Not to say that the homes are, like, it's such a problem that their country is barely lit at night, right? Whereas if you look at any populated area of the U.S., things lit up all over the place. They're short on food. They can't beat us in a war. They're short on electricity. Their military is 50 years behind us. But they really do have a nuke. And occasionally, those long-range missiles go places. If they say they are gonna, like, begin aggression against us, and by the way, I hate to be, like, anti-American in this, but we've been sanctioning them forever. Apparently, we've ramped up our sanctions and made them even worse, which is a big part of the reason they're...
In response to the sanctions. In response to their threats, we were like, oh yeah? Guess what? More sanctions.
I didn't know why we gave them sanctions again.
They keep their nuclear program. They just kept going. We're like, you know what? We're just going to cut you off.
Yeah, so anyway, they're doing nukes. We rank up the sanctions. They're like, all right, that's it. We're going to war with the U.S. And as a U.S. citizen, I want to act like I've just been threatened by an infant. You know, just kind of laugh at this thing. Like, what are you going to do, infant? I can drown you in a freaking gallon of milk. Like, you offer no threat to me whatsoever. Visualizing that. Anyway, but the truth is they have nukes. And, you know, there's a couple things they could do, right? What if they were to just freaking put a nuke under the hood of a Toyota, put it in a container ship, and get it here? And then say, dude, I've got a nuke on the West Coast somewhere. Let's negotiate. Or what if they were to get one of these, like, 1 in 10 missiles that actually can hurt us and hit us with a nuclear strike? Like, to just laugh them off as if they are no threat whatsoever, which is my temptation, is actually off target, because these guys...
I think you're way off target, even without the nukes. I mean, look at Japan in World War II. They pretty much put paper planes up, and it was a major Air Force power against our Air Force.
That's a whole different scenario. Think day and night, World War II in modern. It's a completely different story.
Didn't they have only, like, one ally, which was, I think, China, and haven't they
even China hates them.
Yeah,
China's
exactly.
like, no, please stop.
Yeah, they were like, well,
China doesn't hate them. China's like, come on, dude, quit. China's like the guy that has all the muscles, and North Korea's like the little short 5-foot guy with no muscles, ready to fight.
Yeah, China's like the big brother of a midget who's like, dude, why do you keep dragging me into this shit? What is this?
I see China like this.
We don't
All
need
I'm
to
trying
go
to say
war,
is,
though.
don't forget
Yeah.
that we lost to Vietnam. We lost to the Vietnamese, and they were outgunned. You can't beat willpower.
We didn't lose to the Vietnamese, dude. It was just the war just wasn't fought correctly. We won all the battles. We just lost the war. We didn't lose any battles. Every time we fought the Vietnamese, we won. We just didn't bomb the North. If we'd bombed the North, we'd have killed them all.
Yeah.
It's really the first time that the government wasn't able to control the message of how the war is going, because
Yeah, man,
every
when you-
night citizens could see dead bodies.
Look, the thing about war is it's war. It's war. It's not politically correct in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Media should be nowhere near war. I'm sorry, but if you're going to fight a war effectively, that means bad shit is going to happen that isn't by the book and is horrible, because it's a fucking war. You don't think there were horrible atrocities committed in France in World War II? You don't think we gutted and tortured a few Nazis along the way? You don't think that a few American soldiers urinated on some Nazis? Every day! They probably had like a Nazi they kept in the back of the line just so everybody could pee on him every day. Hey, how's everybody doing this morning? Pretty bad, boss. Morale's down. Well, let's go piss on Franz over there. That'll cheer everyone up. It always does. That's what we did. Now everything. I saw a picture the other day, and it's like an American soldier, and 3 American soldiers are dead at his feet. You know, they're all in their fatigues. This guy's got his rifle, and it's obvious that something bad just has happened. There's blood everywhere. He's covered in blood. And there's a fucking Iraqi guy there with a camera in his face. And I thought it was interesting that the American was pointing at the Iraqi with his finger rather than his M16, because I'd have just shot him. You know, if my buddies are laying there dead and you're filming it while I'm trying to do my job and trying to defend their dead bodies, I'm going to go ahead and shoot you. That's what's going to happen. And then you also have to shoot the guy who's holding the camera, taking a picture of the guy who was holding the camera. You have to keep that in mind. There is a picture of a guy holding a camera. So there are 2 cameramen. They both have to go.
Train of thought.
I still. I mean, if you have a people that are brainwashed as much as the North Koreans, they're so loyal and servant to this guy that they're willing to go to war with him. That's tough to beat. I mean, it's like I always said, we couldn't beat the Iraqis because the Iraqis can't be beat. If you pull a tank into front of Dongola Highway and you start raping my mother and killing my brother, I'm going to fight you to the death.
So listen,
every other man in this world.
I want to interrupt with you here. I think that we did win the Iraq War. It was harder than we thought it would be because, just like you said, they had a lot of resistance in there.
I've been saying, if we stayed occupying Iraq, you'd have American soldiers die every year.
Of course. Look, if we wanted more Iraqis than Americans to die, we could have made that happen.
They did.
I don't think that... Of course, yeah, and we did make that happen.
Well, 50 times.
Yeah, no doubt. About 50 times, I think. And if the U.S. didn't win, then who did? Did Saddam Hussein win? Because when I like
the guy they hung on TV.
Yeah, according to my scoreboard, Saddam Hussein lost that war. So that's how I see that. If we wanted to beat Iraq, even more aggressively, we could have, right? We could have turned the place. We didn't use any nukes. We didn't bomb major cities. Like if we had done to them what we did in World War II, which is like, well, look. Every citizen of Japan is an enemy. Therefore, every citizen of Japan is part of their war machine. Therefore, they're all open targets, I suppose. Then, if we use that philosophy in war, I think we can beat a lot of countries.
And also remember that what we see of North Korea and the people and the resolve that they supposedly have is all what the government there wants to get out.
Oh, by the way, I'm totally skeptical of leaders who are crazy, right? Like Osama bin Laden, who's dead now, was a really smart freedom fighter, on the U.S.'s side, helping us take out, the Russians. Then he became this batshit insane, horrible person who, I guess horrible either way, but he became crazy and a madman and uncontrollable, whereas before he seemed completely fine. Saddam Hussein was an ally of the U.S. before he invaded Kuwait. And then even after Kuwait, he was a jackass, but he was our jackass. He was under our thumb doing the things that we told him to do. Then we started a war anyway. I feel like these leaders that we're being told are completely irrational and they behave without logic. If I heard the other side, maybe there would be some logic to it. Like, I wonder if this exists in North Korea as well. I wonder if they said, look, this guy feels like the whole world would treat his country with more respect and give them a better shake if he was a military power. So they're kind of just doing that like diving catch, hoping that they can get a suitable nuclear threat, and then the U.S. will open up with better trade strategies and stuff like that.
Come on, though, we all know that's not how it works.
No, how does it work?
Do you think that's going to happen?
North Korea is going to have a hard go of it, but I think that like Pakistan, for example,
Pakistan did things a bit differently.
Pakistan gave us the middle finger while Osama bin Laden was on the run. Right? Pakistan was not letting us go to their country, do the things we wanted to do, and Pakistan has nukes.
That's true. All those things are true, but Pakistan in general is just a lot less nutty. You know, they may be assholes.
Well, wait, weren't they the people that built the fake jet fighter? The fake stealth jet fighter? Was that them?
Somebody did that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Epic.
Oh yeah. It was like it was like the supposedly an enemy of the Western powers entered stealth jet fighter technology, but then people were like, wait a minute. If an actual jet engine was trying to run with those air intakes, it wouldn't be able to breathe. The cockpit is way too small for a human being to actually fit.
Was it made out of cardboard or something?
They should have been like, who said humans were flying them?
That thing's got the quantum ray.
Just walked away. Just been like, who said it's a jet? Who said we're flying them with humans? Fuck off, U.S.
Pakistan did things a little different, but you're saying Pakistan's not batshit insane, right? But my whole thesis revolved around the fact that it seems like every time we have an enemy, whether it be the leaders in Afghanistan, the leaders in Iraq, the leaders way back to Vietnam, the people in Serbia, sorry I messed that up, and now the people in North Korea, whoever our enemy is batshit insane and completely illogical and impossible to negotiate with. It's just what we're told, and it makes me skeptical.
Well, they're told the exact same thing, right? They're told that you guys are batshit insane. It's one of those things where even in like just pro sports, like they hate the other team hates them. It's just it's how you fight. It's just the way it is. You're never gonna fix that. Every time there's gonna be a problem between two countries, two parties, two whatever. One person thinks the other's crazy, and it's just.
Can I will say this though?
I'll be right back.
Let's just say that you made me the grand ruler of, let's just say, I don't know, Poland, a Poland-sized country, and I had Poland's military at my grasp, and something came up where maybe the U.S. was rubbing me the wrong way. I think I've got to be batshit crazy to start threatening them. I think sometimes people don't know the numbers about the American military machine and the potential that it has and the speed at which it can attack, and not just I'm not talking about we can fly a plane over there in 12 hours and lay this amount of ordnance on you. I'm talking about we can put 50,000 people on your shore next week.
I think it has a lot to do with the desperation of said countries. I mean, if you look at all the countries who have made threats towards the U.S., they're usually in deep political problems. They're in need of a lot of things that maybe the U.S. can have. You know, like if you look at North Korea right now, you know, like Woody said, they're out of power. You know, they need all these things that they could probably get if they had, like, you know, some fair trade agreements and stuff like that. So maybe desperation has a lot to do with why they're making all these crazy, you know, threats.
I think there's something to that. I could get behind that idea. Co-sign it, if you will.
I can go along with the idea that maybe the media paints some of these guys as Looney Tunes, you know, for their own purposes. But some of these guys, Kim Jong-il, there's no way you can defend Kim Jong-il as being anything but a goofball. Like, legitimately, like,
do you mean Kim Jong-un? Or because, well, I mean, Kim Jong-il was crazy too. But
yeah. No, I realize that now we've got Kim Jong-il's son, whose name is remarkably similar. I love that about their culture. You know, I feel like we traded, like, what if that happened with us? What if actually it did, didn't it? Shit.
Oh, are you talking about the Bushes? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's probably some country like, wait a minute, Bush is back again? Like 3 times now?
Jeb
could do that.
Jeb is lining himself up to run again.
I don't know about Jeb.
The Florida? No.
Dude, he changes his position on immigration like 4 times in the last 2 years to whatever's more politically correct.
I'm sorry, but my president is not going to be named Jeb, okay? I'm sorry.
Really?
No. It's just,
what's your president's name currently?
Barack. That's fine. It's
Barack
cultural.
Hussein Obama. And that doesn't bother you one bit.
I was going to say, when you said the Jeb thing, that was...
I will take Jebediah any day, my friend.
But it isn't Jebediah. It's just Jeb. He's like, hi, I'm Jeb. Hey, how's it going? No, you're not
That's
president.
pretty good.
I'm sorry.
That's a pretty good impression. I like
He's
that.
a man of the people. It's fine.
Do you think Chris Christie can win? So now you're holding Jeb against him, which I think is lunacy, right? I think that I didn't hold Barack Hussein Obama's name against Barack Hussein Obama. I won't hold Jeb against Jeb. But are people going to hold being fat against Chris Christie?
I don't think so. I think that guy has an energy. When he walks in the room, first of all, his suits fit well. So he's big, but he doesn't, for some reason, look fat.
You know what? That's a critical thing, by the way. Like, if you're not testing the tensile strength of the buttons on your button-down shirt, then you're doing it right. You know
who he reminds me of? You remember the old Spider-Man cartoon, and there was the villain was the Kingpin?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He reminds me of the fucking Kingpin. He's a big fat fucker, but you just know he'd beat the shit out of you.
No, but shouldn't your president represent, be the image of...
Oh, no.
Chris Christie should win, probably. That's what you're going to say.
I knew the America stuff was coming.
I have no idea what he looks like. I don't follow your politics. I'm Canadian. So, but, shouldn't your president represent, I don't know, a stand-up, well-built man or woman, at the top of his...
I don't need that.
First off, we should never have a woman president. Just imagine having a woman president.
Oh, my!
No, whoa. Listen. Just imagine a woman president with some of these Middle Eastern countries. They spit on the desk and walk out.
I'm told Hillary Clinton was effective in her Secretary of State position.
There you go.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
She's like 75% dude as it is, though.
That's true. That chick's got a dick.
She was pretty much president already, too. She was running Bill for however long.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of times that was a marriage of convenience from people who acted like they maybe knew something. I've heard people say that she was a lesbian and be serious about it. No, for real.
I don't know if it was always a marriage of convenience. I suspect they got married out of a passion and love. But I think they stayed married just to avoid all the fallout.
Oh, that's definitely true. But like I said, I've heard people say that she's a lesbian and that the whole thing is a sham.
I think marriage takes the love, presidency takes the love out of any marriage. Just because of everything and all the pressure and all you can't be out in public. It's just...
You know what also hurts? When the president gets caught getting a blowjob in the Oval Office by an intern.
Yeah. And you know what? They all talk about him having oral sex, right? It's all, oh yeah, he got a blowjob in the Oval Office. Dude, there was more than just that blow. First of all, it wasn't one blowy. There was cigar insertion and smoking on that stuff going on there.
Look, my boy Kid Star gets to the bottom of shit. He wants to know where the cigars went and when they went there.
Exactly.
And he smoked them afterwards.
Dude, Kid Star. Oh my God, that witch hunt. But so there was cigar insertion and smoking. There was blowjobs. There was semen on her blue dress. Don't tell me that they never had sex. There's no way that they just made a regular practice out of all kinds of sexual activity without sex.
Right, but does the scandal change if it's just a blowjob versus full-on sex?
That was a big controversy at the time. So a lot of you guys were maybe young when this happened, but at the time he was quoted as saying I never had sexual relations with her, and then there was this big thing oral sex isn't sex, and then you sit there and you translate that to are lesbians still virgins? What is sex exactly? Is anal sex sex?
Is that when Clinton asked what the meaning of the word is? Was that the...
Yeah. If I remember right, I don't know. Yeah, he asked because he was finding ways to answer, quote unquote, honestly, but are you having sex with her? No. Meaning not right now. I'm actually doing a podcast right now. I'm not having sex with anybody. And so that's where stuff it depends what the meaning of is came from. He would slice and dice into these interpretations that allowed him to sort of duck to the left or the right of the question. He's an attorney. So that's where all that stuff came from. And eventually he came clean, and the whole thing blew up. But Kenneth Starr, man, that started as a real estate deal investigation, and it just led to everything. I mean, it's funny. Hillary Clinton said that there's a secret witch hunt going after the two of them, looking at everything they've ever done or do in an effort to make them look bad. And they talk to her 6 months later, and they're like, do you regret calling it a secret witch hunt? And she's like, I guess so, because it's not a secret anymore. There are clearly enormous groups of people investigating every aspect of everything we've ever done or do, looking for trouble. And all they came up with was that infidelity. Everything else just proved to be
all the other ones. Did Clinton?
There
I'm
was
gonna say
that guy
this.
that killed
Clinton
himself, right? And then everybody thinks it was an assassination. It was a Clinton, like he was head of their thing. He was a prominent lawyer in Arkansas, and they brought him to Washington, and he shot himself supposedly. And they, now there's allegations of it was a conspiracy, it was a Secret Service murder, blah blah blah.
I heard about this guy. Was his name Nichols or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's like he shot himself in like a state park, and the weird thing was like, oh well, because it's a state park, the park rangers actually have precedence over the case, not the FBI.
Are all those guys like UFO believers as well, or?
Are you mixing up the Nichols suicide with that senator's intern death thing in the state park? No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
once you get into politics, I don't see how you're just killing people left and right. Just keep your nose clean, bro. You're in the public eye. Stop fucking.
Some people need killing. That's all.
Stop fucking the fat interns. Stop assassinating your lawyer. Just politic. Do your thing over there.
I don't know why y'all hating on Monica Lewinsky. I thought she looked good back in the day.
I don't know why she never came out with a porno. That thing would have done well.
Oh, imagine.
Who does not want to see Monica Lewinsky lay down a presidential blowjob?
I don't want to see that. I don't.
Liar!
Liar.
Not lying. Don't want to see that.
I'd watch it right now. What she's got to be like.
Bill Clinton's accent is so good to do.
35 now.
Bill Clinton's accent is so good to do. It's so easy to do. I'm sure they could find a porn star, a male porn star who a bit like him, could pull off the accent, throw him in an Oval Office setting. She's blowing him. Hillary comes in. She doesn't realize it's going on. Monica's under the desk. Maybe Hillary starts stripping, catches Monica, little lesbian action. Bill's watching it. He starts tapping Monica from behind. You got yourself a fucking porno, my friend.
A little cigar anal sex.
No, none of that. No.
What do you say? Please stop.
This is how you know there's something wrong with the wings. Even Bill Clinton didn't put it in her ass.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, why's it gotta be your butt?
I guarantee you, if he had, Ken Starr would have told me.
Wings is also like the lit end too.
God. Oh, you just got to keep it in the cigar holder. The little plastic tube.
Anal sex is mainstream anyways, it's whatever.
Does it hurt? Everybody got awkward after that one.
We shall meet again.
And he's over there, he's like, yeah.
You guys want to talk? Do we need a new topic? Did that kill it right there? Does it hurt?
Nope.
All right, we can talk copyright strikes on YouTube because there's news around that, or rape victim.
I don't know. The YouTuber me wants to talk about the copyright strikes.
All right. So there are two things going on with regards to that. One is there are copyright parasites. There's a company called, hold on, I'll get to it. Shucks, I really want the name.
Are they
Agora.
copywriting the black screens?
I don't know about the black screens, but there's a company called Agora, I think. And fuck, I hope I didn't mess up their name. I'm just scanning this article. Anyway, they are claiming copyrights on videos they have no right to claim. If you dispute it, then it just goes away. But they're attacking Let's Plays in particular. They're going after them and just saying like, all right, you uploaded this game. You're really just uploading my work. I want all the revenue from your upload. And if you dispute it, they have no claim to it. But by default, people just kind of accept it. Like, oh, I see. If I click accept, I'm in no trouble. If I click dispute, then I'm rolling the dice that I win this dispute. And these guys are copyright parasites that just claim these Let's Play videos again and again and again.
That's a good business model.
It's
How does YouTube not get on that pretty quickly? Like once they see them, because they're probably copywriting like hundreds of videos a day, right? So why can't how does a company like YouTube not get on that and get rid of something like that?
Yeah, I know. I hear you, right? That the thing about YouTube is they strive to make everything automated. You know, whether it be their flag system, their strike system, their copyright system, everything is designed to work off algorithms, you know, predefined sets of rules, instead of humans making judgment decisions. So something like this can last a long time if they just use their tool right.
That's a hell of a business model. I like it.
Harlem Shake. I forget who made the Harlem Shake, but I've got it here in this article. Mad Decent, I think. And anyway, all those Harlem Shake videos across YouTube, including mine, that revenue is going to Mad Decent. They, you know, in like they're getting 10 million views a day off their library of Harlem Shake videos.
Really?
Mm-hmm. 10 million views.
I wondered about that. Because I didn't realize that the Harlem Shake was like an actual thing. I don't know. I didn't do any research into it. I just saw everybody started making YouTube videos. I'm glad I didn't make one now. Fuck them.
Wait. So in that same regard, could have the Gangnam Style guy claimed every Gangnam Style parody out there?
He did.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, so Gangnam Style, I made a video about this, but I'll repeat myself. He almost famously didn't do that for a long time. There was like Gangnam Style London, Gangnam Style France, Gangnam Style Swim Team, whatever. You know, everyone was making their own Gangnam Style videos. And it helped them go so viral. Right? Gangnam Style became a bigger thing because people were just doing the dance in silly places, having fun, doing whatever. And then as it started to decline, you know, after they got their billion views, and I think we could agree Gangnam Style's kind of not the thing anymore, right?
It's got 1.4 billion now.
Oh, dear Lord.
That's amazing. Justin Bieber must be pissed. So I think, but it's not really the thing anymore. I don't think people are, it's past, right?
Yeah.
When that happened, they claimed everybody. They just claimed the hell out of it. I think Captain Sparkle's video got taken down. It's gone. It had 50 million views.
Wow. Captain Sparkle's video did?
He has like 4 of those in that class.
That's nuts.
Yeah, but yeah, one of them's gone. I should say he has 3. I don't mean to be laughing at him, Captain Sparkles. If you somehow catch this, your Blockbuster videos are very good. But yeah, they took down one of his like premiere videos. It was this like 3D rendered amazing Gangnam Style thing.
Yeah, that's a shame because those grow.
Yeah,
You know, 50 million view video, it gets 1 million views a month.
people don't know. Yeah. Like if I make for my channel, for example, if you care, if I make a regular video and it gets 100,000 views, that thing starts getting like 20 views a day a week later. If I make a big video and it gets 1 million views, that thing's getting 1,000 views a day, 2,000 views a day forever. Like those Blockbuster videos are way more. It's way better to have it's way better to have a 500,000 view video than a pair of 250,000s.
Absolutely, yeah. It's about search results. If you go on to YouTube right now and start searching different things, you know, and you'll see that some people own those categories. You know, you start searching for bacon or the word epic. I promise you're gonna start getting some epic mealtime videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, it's a shame in particular. Like, I bet he would rather give up 50 million views from like, you know, 50, or I'll exaggerate, you say 150 smaller videos than from his Blockbuster. Because, you know, those things have great long tails. But yeah, anyway, back to Gangnam Style. They like let everybody pump it up and make it go so viral. And then as it started to decline, they claimed everybody's videos. And in some cases, took down videos.
Yeah.
Smart. Sucks, but smart. I mean, where's the whole the free sharing, the we can all do this for fun?
I'm so
where did that go?
mixed on it, right? Like I talked about it in my video. Like sometimes people upload whatever, like PKA variants. They do silly stuff, and I love it. Right? Go ahead, show me your fan videos, do your thing. I uploaded one on Lefty. Maybe you saw it. I'm here to help. Anyway, I when people do funny stuff or upload like a little, you know, clip that you know, it, to them personifies what's cool about PKA, awesome. When people re-upload all of PKA to their channel, now you're just stealing my videos, like, you know, or our videos.
Add something to it at least.
Yeah.
I figure, you know, if they've made a fan-made video and they've improved upon the original product or they've added to it in some way, that's all right, especially if they you know, there's a little thing in the description. By the way, this came from this guy. You should go check him out. I don't claim anything here. Go check him out. But if they've just taken your content, uploaded it to their channel, and they're claiming it, they're literally lying. They had to click a button to claim that video and tell a lie.
Yeah.
It's not your content. You took it.
Yeah, like my Harlem Shake video, for example, was put into a compilation of like the greatest Harlem Shakes on the internet, and that thing got like 2 million views. And I'm like, that sucks, dude. I got like 200,000. You know, but his re-upload of mine and a couple others baked in did great for him, and I feel like that's not fair. There's another one. I think it's like Humans Are Amazing. Are you guys familiar with these videos?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so it's Humans Are Amazing, and usually they're showing like amazing snowboard footage, those water skiers who can do like double flips in the air, and BMXers, and you can imagine amazing human things. Guys who do trampoline into basketball hoops or whatever. They take everybody else's clips, put some music on it, and make it their video. And I'm like, damn, because I know Devin Supertramp a little bit, and I keep mentioning him like we've been friends since 3rd grade. That's not really true. We did a shoot together at the X Games, and I talk to him sometimes. Anyway, I know what it takes to make his videos. This guy's traveling all around the world every week for his weekly uploads. You know, he goes from like Hawaii to Alaska to England back to Hawaii in like 4 weeks.
Tough life, right?
It sounds horrible, right? But I think if you lived it, you'd find it exhausting, you know. And anyway, and he's out there doing these shoots, and you think, oh, this is amazing, because if you take 1 million people with a GoPro, one guy will get footage like that. But the actual reality is this is planned, you know. When you saw that guy make a basketball shot from the top of a skyscraper, and it happened in like 4 different angles. Do you have any idea what it took to make that shot happen? How many practices they did, the camera work, all that stuff? You know, when he's showing guys fly around on water jets or something like that, these aren't just like you and your buddies with a GoPro. This is a professional shoot, and then he just takes these pros, turns it into a big video, and it's even more successful than all the other ones put together. And I think, yeah, you know, if you stole my stuff, I'd be awfully tempted to copyright claim you. You know, it's not just some lame thing that happened. I don't know. I'm mixed on it.
I got no problem with that one. That
I'm
doesn't
mixed.
bother me.
No? Maybe that's... I might be with you on that one. I'm not sure, but
I almost feel like it's an award show. It's like you know, I almost feel if you.
And he gives no credit to the guys who shot the video.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. I'm saying that, not asking it. The description acts like, you know, I guess acts like he did it. I think he
did all those things. Like there's different people in that video.
Yeah, well, acts like he made it happen.
That's wardrobe. That's wardrobe. And
if it were a lyric video, it would be clear to me that's stolen. Right? You know, if you're just putting my song on a video with all the words I wrote, you stole my stuff. If it's a parody video, I think that's also clear that it's not stolen, but somehow they claim it anyway, and no one's dared to fight it.
It's a case-by-case basis, though, I think. If somebody grabs your stuff and just basically works it to make it, I don't know, funny or clever or something like that, or I don't know, changes words and whatnot. I'm fine with that. Like, people can take my stuff and try to do that or make it funny or I don't know, as long as they somehow make it obvious that it's not their work. But once you start trying to hide the fact that it's not your work, then I think that's where at least I draw the line.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think there's a point where you can start abusing the protection of copyrights, which I think some companies do. I mean, I would classify the Gangnam Style thing as an abuse of the protection of copyright, because the obvious intention of those parodies and all that stuff wasn't to mask who created what, which I think was the original intention of copyright protection, was, you know, to protect people from passing off others' work as their own. It was to just be like, hey, this is funny, this is not the actual work itself, the song Gangnam Style or whatever it is, isn't really the thing that you're coming to see. You're coming to see everybody do their stupid, you know, whatever rendition of the dance, or the Harlem Shake thing, and, you know, their rendition. What crazy things can they do? They're not trying to be like, I wrote Gangnam Style.
Yeah, I don't know. Parodies, I think, should be just fine. You know, they're pretty much rewriting their own song. Taking clips of you and putting it together in some super video is, to me, a more gray case, but probably fine. I've never claimed anyone for doing it to me. And then straight up lyric videos are not fine. But what these guys are doing, just claiming stuff they don't deserve, is bad.
That's obviously wrong.
A related thing, Tomb Raider people apparently are copyright claiming people all over the place.
You mean the makers of the game?
Yeah, it's like Eidos or something? I forget.
Crystal
Eidos.
Eidos?
Eidos quit making them back in 2000.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Oh, well, anyway, apparently they're copywriting claiming all the Let's Play guys, or at least a lot of the Let's Play people, for uploading
I did a damn review of it. It just
Tomb Raider.
like 52 minutes ago.
Like your favorite.
Now you got me worried. Is my shit gonna get hit?
Maybe.
Well, they've got like free reign over that. They can at any time, like especially if you're a Let's Play guy, that's the risk you take, because if they what are those embargoes? I've seen embargoes on Twitch where it's like or I've gotten emails from networks, or I've heard other people talking about the network saying don't upload cutscenes, or you have to play that game of, am I going to offend the sensibilities of these game makers and have them copyright claim my video? Because what is going to make them feel like they're being infringed upon?
It's a huge mistake. In the same way that Gangnam Style got way bigger than it would have if they had started striking everybody, these games are not going to be as big as they could be if they don't develop a social media following. Sites like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, etc., where people upload and talk about their game, if they start punishing people for word of mouth advertising, they're stupid.
Yep.
How much do you think a site like YouTube or a channel that does Let's Plays can influence the sales?
Greatly.
Greatly. Hugely.
What's greatly? Give me like a percentage.
I can give you a great
Thousands of copies.
Millions of copies.
Hundreds of
Yeah, what did
thousands.
Millions?
PewDiePie
What are
do
you
for
talking about?
Slenderman?
Some games don't
I'm talking about like a small game. I'm not even talking about like Call of
I'm telling you, Call of Duty does way better than it would have if it wasn't adopted by the YouTube community.
Minecraft.
Minecraft, my goodness.
YouTube has made Minecraft what Minecraft is. If there were no YouTube, there would be no Minecraft.
How big is Minecraft outside of YouTube? That's my question. Everyone plays Call of Duty, even if they're not on, even if they have no idea who YouTubers are and whatnot. But who have you heard of who has no idea what YouTube is, who plays Minecraft? I think Minecraft is smaller than everybody thinks it is, but people would watch it because they enjoy it.
Minecraft's huge. Go to ThinkGeek.com. Minecraft is just as big as Hunger Games and like Star Wars as far as like.
Minecraft is gigantic. Kids in schools are playing it. I know lots of people who don't watch YouTube videos who are into Minecraft in a big way.
It's a huge game, and it got that way probably because of YouTube and mostly because of CNNers.
It's huge.
8 bits, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. I despise it. I despise it. No. Let me be clear. Minecraft's a stupid fucking game.
I like Minecraft.
If you enjoy playing it. I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I don't understand that you like that. Some people like choking.
But wait. Have you played it?
Not me. Oh yeah, I've played it.
Have you choked yourself and masturbated?
No.
See, you're knocking things before you even try them.
Personal.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
You brought it up. You said it first, right?
I've been choked and I've masturbated. Don't want to combine the two. Tell you what, one was fun. The other one not so much.
Dude, I was reading, I think it was Reddit or something, and this guy was talking about how he had difficulty achieving his finale. And that the trick he used was to hold his breath when he wanted to get there. And I was like, man, that's like a sort of subtle asphyxiation.
Yeah, that's step one right there.
That's step one.
I think.
That's how they all start.
I was like, that's low level.
Yeah. Wow. We got an expert over here. TryHard is like, yeah, that's how we all got started.
One day you're holding your breath, jerking it. Next day you're David Carradine. They find you in the closet, and you're there dead.
Oh, I remember that.
You don't know until you try it, right?
Kung Fu is it's never going to come out with
Didn't they
sequels.
not want to say how they found him at the beginning, and then they had to come out like, oh yeah, he was hanging by his neck in his own closet,
Yeah.
weenie in his hand, and
I hope he finished.
Let me just. Let me just say this,
He
guys.
did finish. He's done.
Let me just say this to the four of you. If I ever discover you hanging by your neck with your pants down and you are obviously masturbating, I promise you, I will pull your pants up, button them, and then call 911. I am not gonna fucking leave you like that.
That's a true friend right there.
Yeah, the paramedics like, whoa, another one, huh? Look at David Carradine in here, jerking his gherkin and choking all the way. Guess this guy like kung fu, huh? Yeah. Like, who found
Have you seen the medic alert bracelets where the message, like, it doesn't reveal an allergy, instead it says delete my browser history? Mm-hmm. It's genius. I want that.
Well,
So
I mean, there's
rape.
I've got a rape story.
Of course you do. Let's hear it.
Dear God.
Here, allow me to read it. Woman shoots and decapitates rapist who made her pregnant before dumping his severed head in the village square. Pregnant rape victim in Turkey shot and decapitated her attacker and then left a severed head in the village square of her local village. The woman, 5 months pregnant, is demanding authorities let her have an abortion to end, even though she's way beyond the 10-week limit allowed for terminations in Turkey. When police arrested her near to the severed head, she said, "That is the head of the one who toyed with my honor." Women's groups in Turkey have praised her as a heroine. It turns out that the woman, age 26 and a mother of 2, had been abused by her attacker for months before she took revenge and was being blackmailed. The woman even said she is prepared to die as long as she's allowed to have the abortion. The rapist had taken nude photos of her and threatened to send them to her parents unless she continued sleeping with him. She took a gun and shot him 10 times, several times in his private parts, before cutting off his head and hurling it into the village square at Yalvac. The man was also reportedly stabbed in the abdomen after he was shot. He kept saying he would tell everyone about the rape. "My daughter will start school this year. Everyone would have insulted my children. Now no one can. I saved my honor."
No shit. Hey, I heard about your mom getting raped. Yeah, did you hear what she did to the guy that did it?
Chick is
I
never
have
getting married
pictures.
ever again.
They will now call children the kids of the woman who saved her honor. That's the last story. Yeah, I mean, you know what I will not be doing? I will not be talking shit about this woman. I don't want my head in freaking town square.
I'm not fucking with her at all. 'Cause
No.
She will shoot you 10 times in the head, stab you. Oh, and
No. Not all those shots were in your head. He was shot 10 times, several of them in the private parts.
I wonder which one went off first. Did she kill him first, or went for the balls first? For
she
torture?
definitely went for the balls first.
I imagine she shot him, he was downed, and she just emptied her clip into his balls. That's how I play it out. And then grabs a kitchen knife and stabs him in the abdomen, just in case the 10 bullets didn't get it done.
I feel like 2 shots and you got no more balls, right? Like, where did the other 10 go?
And then she kept going with that knife, severed his head, and hurled it into the village town square.
That's some built-up anger right
They
there.
still have town squares in wherever this was.
In Yalvac? Sure.
Trust me, Yalvac has a town square.
That's how you do it. That's how you get revenge. Oh yeah, shooting you in the balls.
People say an eye for an eye. Fuck that, dude. 2 eyes for an eye, then you're safe.
Oh.
The one problem I have is with he's trying to toy with my honor, but then she already has 2 kids. Your honor's. Do you wave bye-bye to that a long time?
No, not if she's married.
No, I don't agree
No,
with
but
that.
I'm talking about the honor thing. I thought that was a...
Are you suggesting that non-virgins have no honor, Lefty?
Yeah. In that regard, yes.
Misogynist lefty.
Can we get a 10-hour loop of this?
So tell us more about your feelings on rape.
Yes.
Women.
Oh,
Lefty.
people are going to spin this into rape is okay. No, I'm glad she got back at the guy.
Oh, trust me.
You notice Lefty always wears black? He's almost like a supervillain, really.
Why isn't this trending on Twitter yet? Poor Lefty. Poor Lefty. Has it been active in your comments, by the way?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Oh,
Is it?
that's great.
Racist lefty, hashtag racist lefty. People use hashtags on YouTube.
Yeah.
I use them on Facebook and people get mad, and it encourages me to use it more.
Yes. Yeah. Fuck you. I use a hashtag. all I
No.
want.
I think everybody gets it's a joke. I don't think I've run into really anybody that's like, "Oh, you're actually a racist." I think.
Well, no, because those guys have already unsubbed from you because they think you're.
Oh, that was the best part of the whole thing, right? Like, I think we were like racist lefty, racist lefty, racist lefty, and he's like, yeah, whatever. I don't really like it. And then I said unsub lefty, and you're like, whoa, back, whoa, no. There's no fucking around with the unsub lefty thing. We don't want that.
Yeah,
Racist is okay. Don't fucking do that.
No. Come call me a racist all you want. Just don't tell them to unsubscribe.
If they think I'm a rapist, a murderer, a
Misogynistic, rapist, racist.
I don't know what they care. Subscribe. I don't care.
Just click on my ads when you watch the videos, and nothing else matters.
No, I think everybody I've seen, they understand it's a joke, so it's like, okay, can't really be mad at that. They have fun with it.
So what is that woman facing any charges? Is this one of those things where they're like, yeah, that's how we handle shit around here? Or is she like,
he was raping you and trying to blackmail you? How could you honestly be like, you're going to prison for getting back at that guy?
I read the whole story, so that's all I know. I thought it said something about her being in custody, didn't it?
Yeah, I would imagine so. She didn't just beat him up, or she cut his head off, dude.
Yeah.
When does it stop being self-defense?
When you cut their head off after they're dead. That's when it stops being self-defense. When you start cutting pieces off of them afterwards.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That to me sounds like tampering with a crime scene. Or like
it's not a crime if it's self-defense, though.
Well, then I think she's set.
Turkey, though?
What's that?
We're talking from a woman that's from Turkey.
Yalvek, Turkey.
Like the same, what?
Yalvek, Turkey, indeed. Yeah. I was telling you where in Turkey, assuming that you knew your Turkish geography.
It's not.
I don't know my Turkish geography, and I don't know my Turkish laws, but I'm going to assume that they don't have the same castle doctrine as we enjoy in the United States.
I'm a big fan of the castle doctrine.
I am too. I was discussing the castle doctrine earlier today to someone.
I just don't see a woman in Turkey getting away with killing a man.
I think they're a bit more progressive than that. It's not Iran.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Never been to Turkey.
I wonder what would have happened if this had happened in one of those super crazy Middle Eastern countries. Like, what if this happened in Iran? I wonder how they would view this, because this sounds like something they would actually be okay with.
In Iran?
Yeah.
They had the father and grandfather bury their daughter for having sex before marriage. Remember that? They buried her alive.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where these stonings happen, right? There always seems to be one in Afghanistan. Iran was really progressive, apparently, like back in the 70s, and they sort of became more like misogynistic as time went on.
Yeah, they regressed.
They regressed a touch, but I don't like. Iran is another one. Like, if we were about to go to war with Iran, then the American population would be convinced that they're like a tribal nation filled with crazy people who say la 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 like Lefty does. But if we're not at war with them, all of a sudden they're like the shining beacon of democracy who has their act together, who Arab Spring cleaned out, and everything is wonderful. It feels like we're being fed lines about what these countries are really like all the time.
I think, my opinion on Iran, it seems to me that you have a young crowd that's coming up and becoming, they're in their early mid-20s, and those people are really progressive, and they don't really have a problem with the U.S. or anyone in general. They just are tired of living under crazy laws. But then you have a government that is really oppressive and is pushing Shia law and all kinds of crazy stuff, and that those two don't mix very well. I thought that country was going to completely fall apart last year, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, the thing you got to remember in all this is that, I mean, even the Soviet Union, Vietnam, North Korea, China, even China now, all this stuff. You hate these people. You're told to hate them, In every single one of these countries, the Middle East, all over the place, there's a lot of guys that just wake up and got to go do their jobs that they don't like every single day, just like us. Just like...
Wait. Are you saying you don't like your job? You hate YouTube? You're in it for the money?
Yes. I make videos to get watched. I don't think there's ever been a video uploaded to YouTube uploaded with the specific intent that nobody watch it. Even the privated ones, you upload it as private so you can send it to a few people. So
I think Lefty is 100%
Are those
correct.
the ones that you post of the meetings? the clan meetings?
yeah, those are the minutes. I keep the
You know,
minutes.
speaking of this, Lefty, right here on the ABC News front page is black student invited to the KKK party. Your opinions?
That's unexpected.
Maybe a
Never
progressive
seen
turn
it
for the
again.
KKK. Maybe like, you know what? That whole racism thing.
What if that happened? How cool would that be if the KKK went progressive
Right?
and stopped hating? They just wore fabulous costumes and had.
They could adopt new colors, right? They could have like purple and yellow stripes or polka dots or.
No, they already have the red and the crazy ones, for like the Grand Wizards and shit.
Yeah, no, I don't want like crazy badass costumes. I want fabulous costumes, right?
Oh, no, that's not gonna fly.
No. We're okay with the different colored people, but you better not be liking dudes. Still not cool with that.
They're not that progressive.
I want it. I want it to be dressed like circus clowns, but KKK robe style circus clowns. Like, they have the rainbow afro coming out of their pointy hats.
I almost want to quote that line from Blazing Saddles, but I don't think I can get away with it.
What? I don't know that. Say it.
Excuse me while I whip this out. Not that one.
All right, so it's the part where they're trying to get everybody together, and the guy's like, "All right, we'll take the chinks and the niggers, but we don't want the Irish."
That's
Sorry to any Asian or African.
It's okay. In post, Woody can
People.
bleep that.
No, he's not gonna believe it.
Well, wait a minute. You didn't apologize to the Irish.
No, fuck the Irish.
Yeah, dude. We're the only people that weren't insulted in your line.
Oh, come on, dude. The Irish that are listening right now are so hammered they don't even know what's going on.
You bring a good point.
Blazing Saddles.
They've already started drinking for St. Patty's Day.
When is that, by the way?
March 13th, right?
Oh, okay.
Same time every year. Since we're at a standstill, did you guys see Justin Bieber flip out at the paparazzi?
No, what do you do?
Dude, I'm watching this video. It's just under a minute. And in the first, 12 seconds, he's walking out through a hotel to a limo. It's like a stretched SUV limo. And he's sort of ducking behind what I imagine to be a bodyguard. I think he's a bodyguard, and sort of hides into the limo. And as he goes there, he just sort of grabs the camera lens and points it away from himself. The cameraman, the photographer, says he's British, so he's calling him like a cunt and a fucktard or whatever British people casually say that nobody else says. And Justin Bieber takes offense to it. And I watched the first 20 seconds 3 times, and the title was Justin Bieber flips out on paparazzi in London. And I'm like, I don't know if I'd describe that as a flip out. To me, it seems like if you're taking a picture of him from 2 feet away, it's almost within his rights to sort of block the camera. But that wasn't the end of it. Justin Bieber, the guy's calling him these names, right? A cunt amongst a couple others. And Justin Bieber opens the door and says, "What the fuck did you just say to me? I'll beat your fucking ass." Yeah. And he's like, "Come on, bitch." And the bodyguards are forcing him back into his seat, and then they drive away.
Yeah, Justin Bieber has gone a little gangster.
I mean, I'm looking at this video, and he reminds me of early Vanilla Ice.
You gotta move out the way. Fucking.
Yeah, he's starting to look that way too. I keep waiting on him to start, chopping his eyebrows up a little bit,
Wear the big old pajama pants, what they call parachute pants.
I don't think he's gonna go that far, but he's definitely going in a direction that if I were Justin Bieber's manager, I would direct him in the path of a Justin Timberlake, the kind of guy who appeals to everyone. Your mom probably would love to watch a Justin Timberlake movie or listen to a Justin Timberlake song. So would a 16-year-old girl. And I bet there's a 25-year-old dude that would watch a Justin Timberlake movie or at least one of his SNL skits.
I can just imagine Justin Bieber, I'm saying it right, his friends chirping in his ear about how cool it is to be a badass that threatens to fight photographers. And you should see the photographer. He was, I'm going to call him 47 years old, white, bald, and 120 pounds overweight. Mm-hmm. And Justin Bieber wants to get into like a fist fight with him. What'd you say? What'd you say? I'll beat your fucking ass. That's Justin Bieber. And I like you said, he's just too gangster. He's a little Vanilla Ice. I'm not sure how much of it is a pretend show and how much of it is the new identity he wants to have.
I would love for Justin Bieber just to smack me right in the face. just lay a knuckle sandwich on me.
Couldn't that be what the paparazzi
YouTube would
wanted?
be over. I'd be on the beach.
Couldn't that be what the paparazzo wanted?
That's obviously what he wants.
Is paparazzo the singular form of paparazzi?
I think so, yeah. I've read Us Weekly once or twice.
The masculine singular form of paparazzi?
I don't know.
I'm surprised I didn't.
What the guy wanted.
No, we're stuck on this. You're too smart. Fuck you.
No.
So
Okay, I'm gonna look paparazzo. Paparazzo. Yeah, it's a paparazzo. Paparazzo is the male form. Because paparazzi, I guess, is an Italian term, and paparazzo is.
He's back.
Makes perfect sense.
Apologies. I'm buying a fucking Mac. Fuck this shit. I'm sorry.
Oh, was it a Windows issue, not a DDoS?
I don't know what it was, but I think I was running other Windows and it was working fine. I don't know what.
It was the porn again, wasn't it?
It's the fucking porn. I'm telling you, man. Macs are great for that. If you want to use the web for porn, Macs all the way. Sorry, I have to say it.
He was looking for cigar insertion videos and.
Exactly.
Woody and I were discussing various ways to get your child pornography needs taken care of earlier today, and I think I've got it nailed down. I think I know who I'm going with.
The pictures you're sending me on my phone work perfectly fine, so it's okay.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
We can if you'd like. That's why I didn't that's why I said it so vaguely.
So
know if you wanted to discuss it or not.
Yeah, we have to now. People think I'm looking at child porn. No, VPN, right? Virtual private network. If you can picture the physical reality, imagine a cave, a tunnel that exists from your house's modem to some data center, and then from there you go public. So the part about your house to the data center is a total secret. Nobody knows. It's an underground railroad, right? That's what a VPN is. And
you remember that, don't you, Lefty? The Underground Railroad?
Oh, I knew it was going to happen.
But that I'm sorry, keep going.
All right, so it's cool. So anyway, that's what a VPN is. And then when people find out what you're doing or what's happening, they really see it as the data center's computer doing it all, because that thing between the data center and your computer is a total secret. So I'm looking into VPNs because it can be DDoS protection. And it turns out most of these companies that offer VPNs are not selling it as DDoS protection, which is my need. They're actually selling it for anonymity. And you should see their advertisements. It's like, if you surf with us, nobody knows where you're going. It's a total secret. We don't keep any logs. They can't trace it back to your computer. It's practically like, are you into child porn? Hide My Ass is for you. HideMyAss.com.
So are you saying that whoever you bought your VPN from or whatever is judging you at this point? They're like, I
have a great idea. Dude, I have the best idea ever.
Oh, no.
You have to prank phone call the VPN place. You gotta call them up and slowly roll this out for them. Be like, really, total anonymity. Like, nobody. Like, not the feds, not my ex-wife. Nobody, right? No one? You're sure? Like, what if, some of the, some illegal activities?
Up in here.
What if I was doing something, borderline illegal? Would anybody know about that? Really? What if do you have
just 200 kilobyte image files? That's it. It's nothing.
Yeah. And you got around to it, and maybe you could start asking him for some of his preferred websites, like what about Kitty Corner? You know about that one? You know about Kitty Corner? You know about Ice Cream Shop?
You know about freecandy.com? I don't even know if that's a site. For all I know, I'm going to go to freecandy.com. That has to be.
I am not going.
No, my web browser is. No, I am not.
Well, I'll turn my VPN on first.
Sonic the Hedgehog is immediately going to pop up.
Yeah, freecandy.com does not look like a child porn site, although it would be an excellent domain name for one.
It's actually a website with free-to-play games.
Yeah. If you were a pedophile, this would be a good site for you.
Yeah, maybe they got a chat room. There's a game here that's Paris Hilton Slide Puzzle. I wonder if she's getting any money out of this.
A slide.
No.
I want there to be an adult version where she's naked.
I can hear him clicking, working the puzzle right now.
It's like, maybe if I complete the puzzle, she'll be naked. Maybe that's like the prize.
There should be a prize for this.
That's what you get for winning. It's like those bar games where they have like the regular setting, then they've got the adult ones for drunk people. It's like the match ones, but it's like naked girls and stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember
Dude,
like there was a video poker machine, and like every time you like hit blackjack or something, you know, there's tits everywhere on the screen.
When you hear a celeb does a sex tape, do you immediately go searching for that thing?
Yes.
Depends on the celebrity.
No, I do it. Whatever. I don't care.
Pac in China, I don't want to see any of that.
So, Mr. I Try Hard, if Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes, I'll do it. I'll watch it.
First of all,
Find somebody here that you wouldn't do. Roseanne Barr.
hang on 1
I
second.
don't know who that is.
Let's rewind 1 second. Rosie O'Donnell is a lesbian. I'm gonna throw this out there. I bet Rosie O'Donnell's girlfriend is decent looking.
I was gonna say, like, even the not so hot lesbians who are rich and famous pull some good lesbian tail.
Yep. Because I mean, to me, Rosie O'Donnell is very unattractive. She's kind of got like a butch, fat, She's not really fat as last time I saw her. She's just kind of like a chubby, masculine-looking woman. Not attractive. But I bet there's some hot-ass 22-year-old girl who's a little bit confused who's into that.
Some idiot who's hoping that Roseanne Barr gets her pregnant and she's free for life.
When I fucking heard that Hulk Hogan had a sex tape, I went out and fucking looked for it and I watched that shit.
You think that was him?
That was
him.
definitely him.
That was him.
Yeah.
He practically ripped his t-shirt off to begin the session.
He was doing the whole
All the Hulksters know the Hulk lays it down.
I saw that. I don't really remember the specifics. Like, part of me wonders if I saw it on a non-porn
Like
site.
a hidden camera type deal. It was like they had a hidden cam and it was kind of black and white and had a bluish hue to it. And he like,
Did you hear the specifics behind like who he was actually?
No.
doing it with? Okay, so this thing, he had like his good longtime friend had him over at his house, and this was like a weekly thing or a monthly thing. He would go over there and bang this dude's wife, and eventually this dude decided to out him and did the whole tape thing.
well, that's a shame.
There you go.
My dick's bigger than the Hulk, so I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That's
It's
fair
all
to
the
say.
steroids, son.
Those don't affect
The vitamins in the prayers just don't keep up
You
with
know
the
what?
steroids.
If you're Hulk Hogan, I don't care how big your dick is, you're still getting some tail.
All right, then.
All you're getting from Hulk, though, you're not getting like a check or any allowance or anything like that. Dude's broke.
Is he broke?
Wife? Oh yeah, he's broke. I'm pretty sure he's broke. He's got to be close to broke.
If he were broke, he'd be on WrestleMania.
No, but when you break into TV reality, I think you're pretty much broke.
I mean, the Hulk is old, but you can still throw him right into the ring. They had Ric Flair out there till he died. He did die, right? Please tell me yes.
Oh, Ric Flair's not dead.
He's dead to me.
Let me ask you guys this: how much do you think The Rock is getting paid when he goes out there and wrestles occasionally? I bet.
Oh, boy. You know, he might enjoy it, too. He might think, you know, it's like true to his roots, and he might do like a charity $500,000 night.
Yeah, the thing that a lot of people don't know about The Rock is he is a third-generation wrestler. Like, his father and his grandfather before him were all, like, famous wrestlers. And the name The Rock was his father's wrestling name. He was like, they called him either Rocky or Rock, and he became The Rock.
Didn't he have like a semi-pro football career as well? Wasn't he?
Canadian. He was in the Canadian Football League for.
I think he played for University of Miami in college.
He did, and he got screwed. Guess who? Guess who was also there for his position?
Jason Taylor?
Randy
The Stone? Oh, really?
So
Donald Sapp?
Randy Sapp, right? Warren Sapp. My bad.
Warren Sapp,
Warren
yeah.
Sapp.
We were both wrong initially.
Yeah, we're all wrong. Warren Sapp. So I saw an interview with Warren Sapp, and Warren Sapp was like super like nice about it. He's like, you know, we were like a tag team. You know, he'd come in behind me and he'd clean them up. And you know what he really meant was like, let's face it, I'm like the best guy ever. I'm not taking anything away from The Rock, but just the fact that he was backing me up should say something. That's what he really meant to say. So I'd say The Rock was
let's face it, he is a much better football player than I'll probably ever meet in my life. But he wasn't going to be in the NFL starting. It's obvious that he took the right career path when he got into show business.
He probably earns more than Warren Sapp too.
Oh, for sure. Warren Sapp's probably making, I don't know, $6-8 million a year.
By the way, if your role in Hollywood is playing the whole muscle tough guy, why are you co-starring in a role as Vin Diesel playing, alongside The Rock? In that, what was that movie, The Fast and Furious?
Yes.
Watch that?
They're making another one, by the way.
Yeah.
Both of them.
They paid him, you know why? Because they paid him about $10 million.
He went face to face at one point in that movie with The Rock, and he looked like
A regular person.
facing The Rock.
The
Yeah.
Rock is like 6'6", 275 pounds of muscle.
He's a monster.
The guy's ripped up. He's scary. Like, especially now. Like I don't know if you guys have seen The Rock lately, but The Rock's on steroids. I don't blame him. I don't care. It's either steroids or HGH. Mm-hmm. He is freakishly big, and I'm talking about like not his arms, not his legs, not his like core. He has new muscles. He has grown.
Yeah. When you see a guy who's vascular in his lower back, he's on something.
He has a new muscle that kind of goes from the bottom of his ear to the top of his shoulder. All right? It makes his arms kind of stick out. Imagine if you were like holding a person in a headlock in each arm. That's what he looks like when he walks. He's got two dudes he's got two imaginary invisible men in headlocks constantly.
It's an inconvenience at that point, though, right? Like,
Yeah, dude can't wipe his ass. My dad was always talking. My dad played softball, and I don't think they were professional softball players, but he was in a high level softball league at some point where it's fast pitch softball, and they traveled around the country playing this. And he always told this story about this guy who showed up from the other team, and everybody thought he was going to be amazing because this guy was just a Hulk, and the guy couldn't even swing a fucking bat. He was so big.
You're right though. What is this muscle? Is it your trap?
yeah, traps.
His are.
Very well developed.
You don't see them on normal humans. They're like
You see those in bodybuilders.
he's doing this pose where like he shows his traps by rolling them forward, and they are bigger than deltoids. They're gigantic. They're oh wow.
Yeah, it's scary. There's one picture of him on the street, walking by some cars. He looks terrifying. He looks like the kind of guy that you would like cross the street so you don't have to walk near him.
There were comparison shots, right, that showed him back in like the early 2000s versus what he is now, and it's just a crazy. It looks like a different person.
But he was still a monster back then.
Oh yeah,
now,
he was huge.
Yeah, now he's just a freak, right? I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a big dude. That was in his first run with the WWF in the Attitude Era, and he. Like him now.
Holy shit, he's a wrestling fan.
Look.
Yeah, the Attitude Era made it, right?
Yeah.
The Attitude, he had this era for the sport.
What is that
You're
bad?
You're like, when he stopped being a baby face, that's when you knew it was on.
What is the Attitude Era?
The Attitude Era is the WWF run against WCW. That's when WWF stopped being more wholesome, and they started doing, that's when DX became popular with the crotch chop, and they had, bra and panty matches and stuff like that. They started
And
being edgier.
their language started getting sort of PG.
They would say crap and ass and
Yeah,
all that
ass.
stuff.
That's when Stone Cold Steve Austin was kind of the beginning of all that. By the way, I'm not
I
a
liked
wrestling
him.
fan. I just watch a lot of documentaries.
Yeah, the Monday Night Wars is actually a really great documentary about them.
I'll tell you what, I can't stand to watch the wrestling part of wrestling, if that makes any sense. What I really enjoy about wrestling, and really the only person that I think, the best person I think I've ever seen do this, Randy Savage was good at it, Hulk Hogan was good at it, Ric Flair was good at it, but The Rock is the best. It's when when they're out there on the stage or on the mat or whatever with the microphone. Go on YouTube and watch a montage of The Rock's sayings. When he's
Dude, The Rock is amazing. He sings songs. He writes song parodies. And they're freaking awesome and hilarious. And he can play the guitar while he sings them. The Rock is the best there's ever been. I'm not a wrestling guy, but yeah. Fine.
He gets out there and he's talking about, taking him down to Jabroni Avenue and getting him a rock burger.
You got to check him into the SmackDown hotel.
Yeah. And like whatever their like signature thing is, like if it's a guy with a pistol, he's like, gonna take that pistol, gonna spin it on my finger, gonna shine it up real nice, turn it sideways, and stick it up your candy ass. He's like raising his hand up.
You're doing good, Kyle. That's not bad.
He had that look also with the one eyebrow up. Like that one look where he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And it worked.
I'm not. You guys want to move on from pro wrestling? I think people always hate it when you talk pro wrestling.
Oh, those faggots.
You know what's happening though? You know what they want to hear about? New Pope.
New Pope. Really?
Got some.
With the 15 to 25.
New Pope in the house, baby. We're gonna get some cardinal. Raise the roof.
Who is it?
They haven't picked him yet. They're just beginning it. Apparently, they go to closed doors, they vote on some guy, and they disagree. And they just keep doing this process until these guys can agree on the next pope, and then the smoke that comes out of the chimney is no longer black, it becomes white.
Here's a process I heard about pope selection. Apparently, like a long time ago, a woman, because like you can't be a pope if you're a woman, obviously. A woman tried to...
Obviously. How could a woman be a pope? I mean, the Pope has all kinds of waving responsibilities, and women can't handle that.
No, but like that, like those are the rules. Like that's just how it works. Apparently at one point there was a woman who almost got to Pope until they realized she was a woman. So now I'm not sure if this is true or not, but apparently every Pope candidate needs to prove that they're a man. And
whip it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Whip it out.
Exactly. That involves lifting.
Is that part of the judging criteria? Like, that dude is twice the man that dude is.
Now on the main stage, Cardinal from Italy.
Ferdinand Martinez. See it.
I wonder how that works.
Dude, so the last pope was intentionally chosen because he would die soon. Did you guys know that?
Yeah, they wanted him out so they could get somebody they wanted fresh.
A transitional pope.
Yeah, they picked a transitional pope. They're like, we want this dude. He's kind of hardcore, so the hardcore people will still like him. But we can transition to maybe a more like liberal pope down the road, and that won't be too long from now because this fucker's on the way out. That was how they chose the last pope. So
All right. So what are the qualifications for pope? Is there any reason? I'm just throwing this out there. That Woody's Gamertag could not be Pope. If those Cardinals got together and said, Mr. Gamertag, you. Could it happen? Could it happen?
There are probably a few YouTube videos out there that can't.
How do you feel about dressing up as the Pope, Woody?
I'm down. I'm totally down, dude. I'll go extra, right? I'll be like the Pope one day and like Darth Vader the next day. Like
a chip in to buy Woody a Pope costume? Because this thing's only going to be used once, and I figured let's go ahead and get the $500 one. It's ridiculous for him to buy it, but everybody chips in a quarter.
If I were to dress as Darth Vader one day and the Pope the other, would one costume really be intrinsically sillier?
I guess not.
No.
Yeah.
You got to give the Easter Sunday Mass as Darth Vader, though. It's like, oh, the Pope one's in the...
The dry cleaner has it. Can't do it. But, dude, so if they offered me a job as Pope, I might take that.
You get over there at the
I don't think it's a very good paying job, Woody.
You don't ever have to buy anything again.
Gold everything.
Yeah. You'd be covered.
Does the Pope bring out his wallet and pay for something?
Yeah, you see, the thing about being the Pope is money is no longer an object. You just get what you want.
Yeah.
You don't need money. The church has more. I wonder how much money the Catholic Church has. What is their revenue flow?
They could probably pay off the U.S. debt.
You've got me really thinking about whether or not I want to accept this job as the Pope, as if it's going to be off.
Woody's mind, he's already got it.
I'm already spinning. Like, what?
Want to move to Italy?
Do you have FiOS in the Vatican? Like,
I would accept that job immediately. Immediately, I would be Pope.
oh, right, and then your KD drops to like 0.5 because your internet connection sucks. You haven't even looked into it.
No, the Vatican's got some kind of special. They got God internet or something. They
Godspeed. Yeah, that's where that came from.
They've got it, man.
He's got like a 10 gigabit line. If that were, dude, if the Pope came with good internet, that would seriously be a great perk to that job.
That's probably where the internet begins.
Here's the downside of that job, Woody. If you have nobody to pray to because everybody prays to the Pope to pray to God.
I'm up to that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm still cool.
Your internet connection do yourself.
Does anybody know how many Twitter followers the Pope has?
I don't know.
Yeah, he just made it like a month ago or something.
Yeah, he was the first pope on Twitter.
What's his Twitter account? At the Pope?
Yeah, he's got to give that up. Got to give up the login info now.
Is he certified?
Oh, he's verified for sure.
I got him right here.
He has 1.6 million Twitter followers. That's pretty legit.
Imagine how many subscribers he would have.
He hasn't even tweeted.
He's not even tweeted.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like 1.6 million is a little low. If an entire faith believes that you are the only thing, that there is literally no space between you and God himself, that you speak directly to God, you should have more Twitter followers than
I found some tweets right here. You actually misspelled the word sinner.
Dude, I need a platform. Like, if I'm the Pope, I will immediately smite Target Finder users.
You would need your own website, though. I don't see the Pope's being on the site.
If you got to become Pope, could you get David Vondar actually to change shit in the game?
If I'm the Pope, that homicidal rape victim is pardoned.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
I think most of Turkey are Muslims, though.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
I don't think you have any leeway with the Turks.
Well, that's a good way to convert them, though. Be like, hey,
You have no power here. A silly witch, you have no power here. Silly Woody, you have no power here. I'm trying to think of what other things that enough should get me Pope.
What are Pope duties though? What do you do? What's the average?
As far as I can tell, you travel a lot. So I would try to revise the Pope's traditional schedule to include more tropical places. Yeah.
Pope-mobile, you gotta freak that bad boy out.
Yeah, dude, the Pope-mobile would be freaking pimp, right? I'd have a couple of them.
Just a ball, anyways, like a ball of glass.
It was typically a Mercedes with a big bulletproof glass cube on top of it.
After that asshole shot him back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Maybe he wasn't sure he was going to hell, so he just shot the Pope to lock that shit in.
Remember that? The Pope immediately forgave him. That's the thing.
The worst crime.
That is the thing. That is the thing about shooting the Pope. He's gonna forgive you immediately, and you're all good. As far as God is concerned, God's gonna be like, he forgave you. What am I gonna do?
You don't know. God can be vengeful. He might not share the Pope's opinion on this thing.
Well, the Pope has a direct line with God.
Just so you guys know,
talk to God directly. I can just kind of talk.
That dude probably walked 2 steps out to the right and got hit by lightning or something.
if I'm Pope and you shoot me, I'm not so sure the forgiveness is going to roll in that quickly.
Maybe curse him a little. What if the Pope? Because he looks a little bit to me, honestly, not this current Pope looked a lot like the bad guy from Star Wars.
Oh my God! Right? Yeah. Oh, dude, exactly.
Was that Emperor Palpatine or what?
He was so. Oh my God! Here, hold on.
I need to see the Pope.
Look, I'm not trying to be sacrilegious here, but seriously, we picked a guy to lead the Catholic Church that looks strikingly familiar to the leader of the Sith.
He does.
They are similar organizations.
Put him in a dark cape, and this guy can shoot lightning out of his hands.
Oh, God. Dude, I just ordered a Sith. I'm not even gonna say that. Why you? Nothing. Not a nerd.
Oh, I love how you tried to cover up your wrestling fan. I'm like, oh, he's a wrestling fan. Damn it!
No, but honestly, I know those things because I watch documentaries. I really don't watch wrestling. I can't stand it. I find it odd.
Oh wait! I did it. Watch this. Watch this. You guys can't see it, I guess, but on the recording is a picture of the Pope next to the bad guy the Emperor from Star Wars, and you'll see they look shockingly similar.
Dude, there's a Pope Emperor Palpatine GIF I just found. Oh, this is gold.
It's really funny because if you search the Pope and then type EMP, Emperor Palpatine comes up. It finishes it for you on Google,
it does.
which is the greatest thing.
I put it in the Pope Sith lore, and I got a whole bunch of it.
Oh wow, a young Senator Palpatine looks a lot like Senator Joe Lieberman. That's
Really?
That's not a coincidence, by the way.
Is Lieberman a Democrat, a Republican, or independent these days?
He's a goofball.
That guy,
Stop saying Chris.
dude, that guy, I don't care. If he was a Republican, I'd say the same thing. That guy's off his fucking rocker.
What did he
says some of the dumbest shit. Like that guy has better quotes than George Bush. Bush would make up a word every now and then, but you would but his resolve was pretty steady. George Bush wasn't a flip-flopper. Can we agree on that?
Yes. Yeah.
George Bush said what he meant and meant what he said, and so, because he just said what he meant, and sometimes it seemed like he was talking off the top of his head. Sometimes the guy was an awful public speaker, worst public speaking president in
recent memory.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this. Maybe President Taft.
Yeah.
Stuttered. I don't know.
Who knows how good a speaker Woodrow Wilson was, right?
Yeah. Now, Lincoln was a lawyer. I bet Lincoln was a fabulous public speaker. He had that.
Had to be. Had to be.
I bet it was glorious. He's an amazing speechwriter. I bet that guy was a better speaker than Obama with a teleprompter. But Joe Lieberman, dude, you put that guy on camera. I remember watching the debate. Like, here we go. Let's see what he's gonna come up with tonight. And he did a good job in the debate, but there were like 2 or 3 parts where I was just like, what the fuck did that guy just say? Did George Bush just like jump into his body for a second and take possession of him?
Cheney recently came out with an admission about lying on 9/11. Did you guys hear about that?
I didn't.
So this is how it went down, according to the stuff I'm reading, and there's like direct quotes from Cheney. 9/11 happens, right? And as it happens, this isn't a knock on Bush, but he's reading the book to children, like My Pet Goat or something like that. Cheney gets in touch with him and says, look, dude, we need to be in separate places. The United States is under attack right now. They can't take both of us out at the same time. So he's like, Bush, you go up in the sky, you fly around in Air Force One, just be there. And then while he's flying around in Air Force One, Cheney's running shit on the ground. Cheney gave the order to shoot down that plane over Pennsylvania. Remember the plane over Pennsylvania that
Yes.
crashed? Cheney gave the order to shoot it down without talking to Bush. Cheney was like acting president. He basically told Bush, like, you go up there, you do your airplane spinners or whatever. I'll be down here handling the country.
Puppets.
What did they do? Just put Bush in his crib on Air Force One? He's like, don't worry. He's just like, there's things happening.
Now, like, I'm told you can pretty much run things from Air Force One. Like, it's a flying office. The connectivity there is very good, etc. This was a while ago. It was like 10, 12 years ago. But we'll assume he was
probably playing Call of Duty on there.
I saw an interview with Bush, and he described all this pretty much the way you are. But it was painted a little bit better.
But the thing is, Cheney didn't even ask Bush for he just gave the order on his own authority, which he has none, to shoot down planes filled with U.S. citizens.
Don't you think that was the right call?
No, it wasn't.
What was the right call?
So here's the thing. It could have potentially been the right call, and I can't knock him too much based on what he knew at the time. But it turns out that the passengers had gotten up, they had heard about the previous planes, but the previous planes didn't have that, right? When they flew into the Twin Towers, they didn't know that there were other hijackings, right? They were the first. But this Pennsylvania plane, the last one to be impacted, had already gotten the news about the hijackers, about what was happening, about how they were crashing into high visibility buildings. So the passengers on this plane, rather than do what you traditionally did when your plane was hijacked, which is don't make a problem, they were like, dude, we got to fight. So they were rushing, right? Remember the Let's Roll, the guy, the hero, whatever, who gave the call to rush down the aisle and stop this? Because they were doing that, it was a wrong call to shoot down that plane if it was shot down. And there's another thing. So there was a time when I thought the plane was actually shot down. There are all these like eyewitness accounts of the missile going into the plane. There are like air traffic controller reports of him saying, getting the clearance to do it. They claim that the fighter jets were flying to the passenger jet, and the only reason they didn't shoot it down, because like I said, they got the order to take it out, was that it didn't get there in time. The plane crashed before they got there. But that seemed really convenient. And by the way, these fighter jets go at like 750 miles an hour. They could have easily gotten there at the time they did.
They go a lot faster than that. They go like twice that.
Maybe, all right, so I'm off. But anyway, and then the closing speed, whatever. The fighter jets could have gotten there and shot it down, and they just sort of said, nah, that's not what really happened. The plane just crashed before we were able to get there in time. But they were easily able to make all that happen. So I thought, this is a conspiracy. They shot it down, they just didn't admit it, and they're doing that out of convenience. But since then, Sandy Hook has happened, and I looked at Sandy Hook a lot more critically, and the conspiracy theorists on that were full of shit. They were completely wrong about everything.
I'm just asking questions about things that you can't answer.
Right? Yeah. Or they'd like post they'd show grieving parents, and then they'd show parents not in a grieving state, and be like, "Look, these are actually actors from Florida who work for Homeland Security." No, they're not. This is just a picture of them from before the tragedy. Mm-hmm. The fact that you can't just show a picture of them and be like, look, we've identified. That's not identification. This little girl, look at here, she's still alive. It turns out she looks very much like her sister. And, all their proof turned out to be bogus because the event actually happened. So now I'm like, was I as critical back then as I was now for the Sandy Hook shooting? And I don't think I was, so it would require more looking into. But, anyway, I thought it was interesting.
I've always asked this about the 9/11 tragedy.
Oh no.
Where the fuck did the planes go?
Into the buildings. They're made of aluminum wings.
That's the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania. One of the evidence things to have it shot down is apparently when a plane crashes into the ground, the crash site tends to be in roughly one spot. But here there were engines and papers scattered throughout a square mile and more, which implies it was shot down in the sky.
That's the only real part of the conspiracy theories that I think is a lot more plausible than there's thermite paint in the World Trade Center than that stuff. That stuff is, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But after everything happened, there's this plane because it falls in line with they retook the plane. They don't know how to fly it. They don't know how to work the radios, so they can't raise the plane on the radio. So if you're in the government and it's like, here's this plane that we can't talk to anymore, what do? We got to shoot it down.
I've flown a plane before. The radio's easy.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's no harder than the microphone you're using right now. You just press a button and talk.
Here's what you guys remember: the 1996 747 that crashed into the Everglades.
No.
Well, 1996, something very similar to what they used to attack 9/11 crashed into Everglades. This gal's right here is a picture of everything they've recovered from that plane crash.
Okay.
Same size plane. Why did we get a warehouse full of shit here, but we got nothing over here?
Where's here versus here? What's your perspective? Why do we?
This is
a
the
warehouse
Everglades.
full
This is
in
alligators, pythons, swamplands, in the water and mud.
I remember this. It was like Spirit Airlines or something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And over
nothing
here, we
where?
have a plane landing in a cold Pennsylvania field with rock-solid ground.
AirTran, right?
and hardly
AirTran and
any
Spirit, same.
kind of debris. That's the one thing I never understood.
Something about me just doesn't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say, either way, it's sad to say, but that plane was doomed to just.
I'm much more concerned about what happened to Kennedy, to be honest.
Not really. Dude, if the passengers took over the plane as they were taking over the plane and they were given an opportunity instead of shooting it down, I think they'd all be alive. They would be the heroes of 9/11.
Was there
Yeah,
a
'cause
pilot on there? I mean, that thing's a jet.
Modern autopilots can land the planes.
Yeah.
Modern autopilots.
No, yeah, if that's the case, then that's an absolute tragedy. But if you think about it, all right, a lot of these conspiracy theorists think
the comments of this video are going to be hilarious.
Oh, they're going to go
when
wild.
people get to this part.
Let's hit a couple more controversial issues. We're going to go. Those comments are going to be nuts. After this, but most of the conspiracy theorists, it seems to me, are saying that our government framed up 9/11 so that we could have an excuse to invade into the Middle East. Wouldn't like a hero story really pump everybody up? Like if those guys had taken that plane back and that was the first offensive action, on day one we start kicking ass and taking names.
Look at Vietnam, dude.
What about
The Gulf of Tonkin.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
They created a ship that never existed and blew it up so we could so we could actually get into the Vietnamese War.
Isn't that a crazy piece of history? That's true.
That's true.
The actual
100%
justification for starting the Vietnam War was done up by the U.S.
Wag the dog.
There you go. That's a good move.
I mean, in World War II, you had we basically cut all the Japanese supply lines off. We enticed them to attack us. We wanted them to attack us so we could get into the war there too. So we'd have justification.
Yeah,
But embargoing your enemy's supply line is like step one in
Our enemy at that point.
Well, they were the enemies of the entire in that part of the world.
At that point, we were in a situation where.
At that point.
Well, we were in a situation at that point where we were doing everything we could. The war was not popular with the American populace, but everyone with any. See, we weren't connected with the media like we are now. The American public didn't know what was going on, and you couldn't tell them. But our government knew how horrible things were going in Europe and how bad things were going in Asia. And, of course, they wanted the war to start. But I don't know if they let the attack on Pearl Harbor happen, because that was a major blow.
Yeah,
that wasn't
that's
like
a big conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that wasn't like
That's not
the
conspiracy
Japanese
theory either. I mean, they had declassified reports leak out from World War II that showed Roosevelt basically making orders to basically embargo these people to the point they were ready to attack us.
But no. See, we were like halfway involved in the war already. We were giving tanks, we were giving bullets, we were giving. Hold on, we were supplying the Allies, and we were messing with like supply lines and embargoes and stuff like that. We did everything but commit troops. I don't think that's the same thing as inviting them to attack U.S. soil.
No, I agree. Now I have heard some reports about some of the earliest U.S. radar installations were in that area, and them ignoring the radar reports of Japanese planes coming in. But still, doesn't make sense to me. Why wouldn't you react to it and save a few of those ships?
Because
it doesn't matter how many people died. If they attacked,
people love vengeance, Kyle. How many times have you watched Death Wish? How many times have you watched?
I just think it's bad strategy. It doesn't make it. Why not try to get the ships out of the harbor?
Right. If just one innocent person dies from Pearl Harbor, that's all you need.
Yeah. All you need is like, oh, so apparently the Japanese attacked us today. They sent all these fighters. What are they? If the ships aren't there, then they're going to bomb the shipyards.
They sent all these fighters. They damaged the harbor. They took out half or 1/3 of the ships they would have if they weren't just sitting ducks, and that's enough to start. We're good to go.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. The most impressive thing, and I love World War II as it's a horrible thing, but studying it as a piece of history, the most impressive thing about World War II is how what happened in the United States right after Pearl Harbor. If you look at the shape our economy was in, if you look at where our industry was at that time, if you look at our workforce, and then you see what happened in the next 3 years, it's insane.
Well,
we went from
there was no other. Like the auto industry was bombed to shit in Germany and Japan. All there was American cars.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. No, there were no American cars. We stopped making cars.
I understand that, but we still had our factories intact. So when we brought our boys back, they could go right back to work.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how many ships and tanks and jeeps we built.
Oh yeah,
and how fast we did it. I'm talking about that every man, woman, and child chipped in. And I wonder if that would happen again. I wonder if there were a similar tragedy. What if Los Angeles?
Would. I really think it would.
As horrible as it is, God, that would be inspirational, wouldn't it?
Dude, so after 9/11, everybody was flying flags on their car. Everybody was dreaming of getting involved. People were lining up at the doors to join the Army, Marines, Navy, and Air Force. After 9/11, the United States was motivated to do something about that attack, and it was nothing compared to World War II. It was nothing compared to World War II. So I think if someone really did an attack like that, the United States would mobilize and have an enthusiasm around a common cause that we haven't seen in our lifetimes. It would just blow away what happened for 9/11. And
my favorite things to watch are the things that are the documentaries and History Channel programs about World War II, when they're like, over the next 6 months, the United States would produce, and they give some outrageous number of like tanks, jeeps, and shit.
Well,
They rebuilt the
can I
Navy.
put this spout out before I get interrupted again?
Yes.
Ford made a B-29 Super Fortress every 59 minutes.
That's what I'm talking about. That shit right there.
They were putting them out faster than the German could put them down.
Exactly. Same thing with tanks. It took 3 of our tanks to kill 1 of their tanks, so we just made 5.
That's an interesting strategy, because now it feels like we're on the other side.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, but I'm just like this. Like, how many Kia factories would get shut down if we went to war with Korea? They'd be making tanks. Americans would take them over and we'd make tanks out of them.
You see, the thing about modern technology is, though, we could destroy every Kia factory in Korea. And
Kia factories are here.
It's 10:50 p.m. right now on the East Coast. By midnight, if we wanted to, there wouldn't be a Kia plant left in the world.
I want that power. I want that power.
That's a fact. It just is. There's submarines right in that ocean over there. They could shoot Tomahawk cruise missiles over there. They could shoot nukes over there if it was that serious. Mm-hmm. I mean, people always call the U.S. this monster and this bully militarily. We're just thumping you, buddy. We're just slapping you around a little bit. We haven't been serious about shit for like 60 years.
Oh my God.
We're being real nice about this thing. We really are. You know, we're not this big bully.
We
we're
did
like
take a rap over in, what, 2 weeks?
We're like the big kid at school that everybody maybe he's not a nice guy, but he doesn't beat you bloody every day. He just kind of slaps you around a little. Get away from me. I don't like dealing with you. What? I can't have your lunch money? And he just called you some dirty names.
Kyle, big fan of the military-industrial complex.
Big fan. Big fan.
Love it.
My favorite. You ever play a game called Civilization Revolution? I have. Favorite part? Military-industrial complex. I like getting those factories going. Using the Americans, pumping out a bunch of tanks. We're going over to WoodysGamertag's place, surrounding him, putting the artillery out there, just slowly crushing his cities. It's a good time.
Go to hell.
I remember we played Civilization
But
Revolution.
that's bullshit. That's bullshit. He did the Aztec rush on me. There was like a 50-50 shot of who was going to win this like little battle. He won. 6 moves later, it's over. It would have been 6 moves later, I won if it had gone the other direction.
I remember we played
had
one
better
game.
defensive in theater.
Should have had better micromanagement, Woody.
We played one game, and we weren't really talking about the gameplay. We were just kind of chatting about everyday things, and I had allowed the game to progress for like an hour so the videos could be nice and long.
Wait. Are we talking
was
about the game we played?
Yes.
That game was not an hour long.
We played one privately or something then.
That game was like 90 seconds long.
Thank you for telling everybody. That's yeah. That one game was. I mean, I don't remember. Basically, what we played a long one too, because we played a couple. But I remember one where I let things go along because you can't be making those 90-second videos. That's not going to work.
It's a used car salesman.
I mean, I've still got the game. I've still got the game. We can break it out. We can break it out right now.
Next PKA, Kyle versus All in Civ Rev. Hey, did you guys see this? I have another topic.
Shoot.
There's a new YouTube channel layout coming.
Oh, fuck.
I've seen it, right? I hear it's the harbinger of death of small channels.
Wait, you think it's bad for small channels?
From where everybody that's seen it says it's going to destroy the small channels.
I think it's bad for everybody.
Every small channel says that every change. Every change is designed to screw the small channels.
Default setting now.
It's been working. Shoot, every change they do makes my channel get less and less views.
The default setting now for the new YouTube channel layout is that it like where you're like the other channels, like your promotion boxes, it's got another one that promotes other channels that are somehow, again, it's YouTube with their falling
recommended
algorithms.
Right?
Yeah, it's like recommended channels that are like the one that you're currently watching.
They always screw that up so bad.
Yeah.
They screw it up so bad.
Yeah, hey, epic mealtime, Tabusca's PewDiePie. There you go. Have fun. Goodbye.
Yeah, every time YouTube does anything, they claim it's an effort to make the rich get richer, but I don't really see that. Like the new homepage, right? The old homepage took like, I'm going to make up a number, 20 videos, 15 videos, and gave them all the shine. That was how the original YouTube worked. And you'd had to be like most favorited or top in entertainment, music, education, whatever. Then they took it and they made it, to me, much more spread out. Mid-sized channels like mine could do well, whereas previously it was really just the biggest of the big, the super virals getting front page, and there was no like something else. This channel layout to me doesn't seem like it's big versus small of a change at all. It's just a different way to show your stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll take some getting used to with the lack of an entire new background, but the channel banner thing, it's like, okay.
Yeah, I just
That's
need
all you get now.
I know. And what goes in that channel banner? The examples are all totally like non-commercial. It's just like pretty pictures. Can you still do image mapping in it? No.
That's so stupid.
So wait, where do the links go?
Like to your T-shirts and Twitch and whatever.
They show up as like little tabs on that banner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Show up there.
I mean, I like God. You guys probably remember that one layout, the first layout we all had, where everything just freaking worked.
Yeah, I loved it. You know, it had your name and all of your information on the left side.
Yes.
Had the player over there kind of in the center / right
Channel
side.
comments down below.
Channel comments down below.
Sub boxes. Boxes worked, right? Boxes don't even work anymore. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter who you box.
No, it doesn't. Not
or who boxes you. Okay, I've been boxed by some bigger channels back in those, like in that layout time. A big channel boxing me at that time meant 500 to 600 subs a week on a weekly basis. Now it means nothing.
Yeah.
My expect does not change based on who boxes me or not.
I've studied this a lot. There was one point where basically if I'm trying to think how to say this right. All right, if the big channel was getting about 10,000 subscribers a day, if there were a little channel in there that, let's just say, had paid to be in there and had no subscriber base whatsoever and no other reason to grow, 300 subs a day.
There you go.
That's pretty strong for to just be nobody and
You
to be
can't-
making shitty videos.
You can't buy 300 subs a day now if you're if you're a small channel.
Yes, you
It's
can.
like-
Advertising on Painkiller already. Look to the right there, baby. You're at here. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, you know, we have advertisers lining up. We have a couple weeks covered already to show, but I wanted to wait until we were live. So we just told them to hold off, and we'll do it later. You guys, as we're in the show, you can't see what the ad layout looks like, but it's the same as last week if you saw it. So yeah, you can email Heather at WoodysGamertag.tv and do it. If you're serious and you know you've got a real budget for this, then give us a call. If you're looking for like 3 minutes of screen time for $25, don't call.
If you got the serious jack and you want to go up front the line, please call.
No offense, but the money's got to be split many different ways.
Yes.
There's a lot. That's one thing people don't understand when they think that YouTubers are like uber billionaires, especially when it's a channel that's like a big production. When you look at like Devin Supertramp or like Freddie W, how many do you people not realize how many people are working on Freddie W's videos?
I know. Do you realize there's a crew doing lighting?
There's
You realize how much one camera costs for that dude?
There's catering, bro. There's catering. Okay.
Catering?
Do you know how much catering costs? It's really fucking expensive. I've catered shit before. I don't like it. They get McDonald's now. Ray William Johnson has fucking writers. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this stuff is a big deal. But anyway, if you are like a real company, you want to do something, we've got a couple weeks lined up, but we'll do an ad on the right, and you can work with us. We'll crash your website.
We will send lots of traffic, and if you slip me a little bit of extra money, I'll make sure that we talk about your product a lot, even if it's a disgusting product.
What was that kiddie porn site? Babysitter or something? What was that one again?
BigBlackVan.com.
I'll hold myself out cheaper than Kyle.
Yeah, if you're like Razer or something, you just want to send me stuff, I'll talk about it all the time. Like, what's great? This Razer Black Widow keyboard that I'm typing on during the show.
You need to contact Razer.
Mine on the thing. Razer Black Widow, mofos.
Wait, do we all have a Black Widow? Because I got one too.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Really? I don't.
Black Widow.
That thing is legendary. It's the
Dude,
best.
Do you have the MMORPG mouse
This
with the
is
buttons
a
on the left
DAS
side?
keyboard?
I have
Because that's what pros use.
I've got the Razer Death Adder.
Mamba. Yep.
I had the Razer Death Adder, it broke on me, so I got a new one.
Yep.
Check out
I've got-
this badassery. Wait, I hope it works on camera. I'm going to put myself in the big screen. I have a SteelSeries like Sensei mouse, but on the back you can upload your own image, and it says Woody's Gamertag on the bottom.
That's pretty pimp.
Well, won't you look at that?
Ooh, I got that Razer Megalodon. What's up with that?
I got one of those too. It broke.
Yeah, that's
Nothing against you, Razer, for sending me all that free shit. I really appreciated it.
I think
That's
Razer was into some of that promotional money.
That was my problem with the Death Adder. I bought it, I loved it, it lasted like 6 months, and it's like $70. And everyone was like, dude, Woody, the 2013s are amazing. It was like, man, I felt kind of silly the first time I spent $70 on the mouse. How am I going to feel when I spend $70 on another one that's broken? But if you advertise here, I'll let you know.
I had the.
I never had anything Razer break on me, Woody.
Yeah, see, Razer is really expensive, but like this whole mouse and keyboard combo is probably close to what, like $300 or something, and it's great. And I've never had any problem with it whatsoever. But
quality products from Razer.
Yeah,
I've done the whole Dr. Pepper on a Black Widow.
That is the quality test right there, the Dr. Pepper test.
And it was
The
sticky
shit
as
still
fuck.
worked. It was a little sticky, but it still worked.
I used
And
to
it's
have
delicious.
an IBM M model. Old, legit computer nerds will know what that is. But I had an IBM M model, and they were, honest to goodness, dishwasher safe. That's a badass.
Completely
keyboard
mechanical.
Right there. Yeah, you could put it in the dishwasher, wash it off, and you'd be good as gold. But I ended up, Windows uses the Windows key a lot, and I got to missing the Windows key, so I got an updated keyboard.
Who uses the Windows key? What's that like? What does that do?
It opens Start, which I use a lot.
But you've got the $70 mouse that you can just.
If you do Windows Tab, it's like a nicer Alt Tab.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then there's some other ones like I'm afraid of hitting my keyboard for like giving away some personal thing. But I think like Windows D does stuff and Windows E opens Explorer.
I'm afraid to touch these things
like this.
Huh.
This is like the same shortcuts that Mac used to do, except they use the little Apple logos.
Yes, exactly. And if you were to try to use an Apple without an Apple keyboard, there'd be things that you'd miss.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and that's how I feel about Windows. That's just why I got an updated keyboard.
Now this one has a Windows icon on it. I can see right there. But I'm always scared to hit it because I'm going to pop up something that's not.
They're going to see bigblackvan.com pop up.
Yeah,
That's your bookmarks.
this is the kitty porn key right here. This is where it goes.
I get
That's
a van full of.
number one visited site on Google Plus on your, or not Google Plus, on Google Chrome on your browser.
Yeah.
I'm a 2-time offender with a big black van full of puppies. Want to go for a ride?
Good, you're good.
My name's Lefty.
Oh, I don't know. Did we finish talking about the YouTube layout? Is it cool, Lefty? Do you like it?
It's decent. I mean, you see, the thing is, I don't have the kind of channel traffic that obviously I wish I had, but that other people do.
Nobody does.
Right.
I think PewDiePie is like, I don't have the kind of traffic I wish I had.
But I don't know. I think maybe like more people, because you can now show off different different sections of your channel. You can have like your most popular videos, you can have recent uploads, and they're all horizontal rows now, so you can have like you can have all your series like within like really close to each other, whereas now they're like kind of like in a little box on the side, if I remember correctly from the old one. Now they're you
can only have like 4, right?
I don't know what the max is.
I feel like I have too many series.
How is that even relevant, though? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but probably close to like 70% of my subscribers don't even watch from a computer anymore. They watch from something else. So I mean, like that, like this whole layout thing, like it's like, I mean, when I look at my channel on my phone, that's not what I see. I always see something different. So, I mean, how relevant is this, to be honest?
That's interesting, actually, because one of the upsides of this channel layout is that the branding you set up works across devices.
Oh.
So, like, it's not exactly the same, of course, because the screens are much different sizes. But, like, that big header you have on your YouTube, PC page looks pretty good on your mobile device.
Am I the only one that wishes YouTube would just say, nah, no more mobile devices. It's not even worth doing. No videos will be viewed on mobile devices. Go to your fucking computer, you lazy shithead.
I wish they'd do the opposite. I wish they'd say mobile's fine, but we're not going to take all the money from mobile ads and never give it to our content creators. Mm-hmm.
Does that work like the government? If you don't pay your taxes, eventually, like 5 years, like they'll come back and pay everything to you and just give you, here, we owe you this much in mobile. Here is $10 million.
Sometimes YouTube and Google.
I feel like it would almost take a large group of YouTubers, right? And I'm not just talking about gaming, but like across all of YouTube, to stop putting things on mobile, for YouTube to realize that people who make videos deserve a cut of that ad revenue.
The top 100 needs to do something.
It wouldn't matter. I bet the top 100's monthly view count is 1% tops of YouTube's total view count.
Users might miss the top 100. You know, if FPS Russia, Epic Mealtime, Jana Marbles, I don't know, whoever else, top 100, Freddie Wong and PewDiePie and all the other top 100 guys suddenly weren't mobile anymore, the users would be like, what the hell? And they would talk to YouTube. Yeah, YouTube doesn't pay us for mobile. That might get users to ask YouTube to do something.
Is there anywhere online where I could see the view counts of YouTube? Because
YouTube.
No. I mean, YouTube as a whole. Because I mean, everybody's bitching about view dips. I want to see if YouTube is actually dipping, or is the gaming side of YouTube just dipping? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I blamed it on COD. You know, did COD you did? Because I saw another, like a hater podcast saying that, like, oh my God, all these people left Machinima and now their views are down. No, the people who are in Machinima, their views are down too.
It has nothing to do with the partner you're with.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with who puts ads on the front of your videos.
How would that even matter? Like, are they promoting your video? No, it doesn't.
They don't. Yeah, people don't know. I mentioned this in today's video, so this will be a repeat for some. The network that you're with, like IGN, Machinima, Full Screen Yalsh or whatever, they don't promote you. That's not what you should expect from them.
If we were actually smarter about it, we should just not even talk about who we're partnered with, and you guys would never even seen a switch for those who did switch, or you wouldn't even see the problem. Like, it wouldn't have been a thing.
Yeah, I all they do is put ads in the front of your videos. That's the deal. They will take a portion of your revenue, and they will introduce revenue in the first place. That's the
ads don't even change, right? I don't think they wouldn't.
From network to network.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, they will change.
They can change. They can. You see, some. I'm not going to talk about who's who here because I feel like I'd be bashing people, but some networks basically just place Google filler ads. They're like, all right, MrITryHard, we don't care we'll give a hoot what your content is. We don't care anything. We'll just put YouTube filler ads on it. And in exchange for that, we get 15% of your money. That's what some networks do. Other networks say, okay, we've got this sales team. We're going to put relevant ads on there. And because everyone who watches your video, well, so 95% of the people that watch your video are guys between the ages of 14 and 24, right? That's I'm making up your demo, but it's probably roughly on target. Mm-hmm. If a lot of males who are between 14 and 24 watch your stuff, we're going to start throwing sodas and music and movies and video games and electronics at them. Those people will pay a premium for your demo. Some networks will grab those ads and give them to you. Others will just give you Google filler ads, and that's the difference. That's what they do. None of them promote you. Like, none of them make you grow more than
some say they do, but
they don't.
Yeah.
They don't, yeah. And some say they do, and then you get very angry partners 6 months later when they're like...
That's even worse. Yeah. That's even
Yeah, but they don't promote you. That's not what they do. They just put ads on your videos. That's all you should ever expect from them.
You're buying the ability to post COD.
Yeah, if you're a superstar, I'm talking about much bigger than me, then you should expect like deals, right? Like movies and relevant companies that want to be on your site and things like that to be rolling toward you. But if you're a little guy picking networks, just figure out who can offer you the best CPM, and that's the entirety of the deal. They are letting you into putting ads on, and they take a portion of the revenue that you earn for that privilege, and that's it. They don't promote you. They just take.
They don't even give you all that much support either. I mean, I'm talking across the board here. Like the whole, if you got a question, I mean, you're basically on your own, and it's just like make your videos.
It depends who you are.
It's like a jungle.
Like I don't mean to come off as like arrogant or anything, but Machinima supported me really well. If I called, they would like recognize the caller ID. They would say, "Hey, what's up, Woody?" If I had a problem, I felt like they cared. When I had a copyright strike on PKA like 6 months ago or something like that, and it seemed like they prioritized getting that fixed. And if I had a question or something, then they had a different support program for the top 25 guys than they did for the other 6,000.
Excuse me.
See, I feel like that's a dick thing to say, but
no, I mean,
I can't join you in complaining about the level of support because.
I mean,
Yeah.
I saw it evolve too as my channel grew. Because I mean, my channel, when I got partnered through Machinima, I had like 2,000 subs, and I saw the support change as my channel grew to where it is now. To where now, I mean, I can get an answer if I want an answer.
Yeah, the other thing is like, you've got to you can't just shoot an email and expect them to get back to you. And I'm not talking about Machinima. I'm talking about anyone really in general. You've got to hammer them from
you
like
could be
multiple.
talking about Cisco at this point.
Yeah,
That's just not
exactly.
how
Yeah,
life
you could be
works.
talking about anybody you're ever going to work for, anybody who's your boss or your support team. You got to call that fucker on the phone and talk to him. You got to put him in a corner and make
If you wanna know how bad some networks have it, just go look at like their Twitter handles and go look at the tweets that gets tweeted at them. They get like 100 tweets an hour of, "Can you partner me? How can I do this? What's this?" All these stupid questions that make absolutely no sense, and they get that daily through tweets. Imagine the emails and the messages and the Skypes and all that stuff. It's just it's overwhelming.
I'm trying to think. Did I just say anything I regret? I don't think so. I basically said networks don't grow you, don't expect it, and they put ads in the front of your video in exchange for a cut of your revenue share. That's what they do.
Well, if you said anything you regret, you'll hear about it on Twitter. So
Repeatedly. But
At least you're not a racist. We're good.
Always gotta be those shots, huh? Gotta be like that.
It's the segue.
yeah.
The whole Pope thing where we were talking about him looking like Emperor Palpatine earlier.
Right.
Somebody just texted me. They're like, "What are you guys talking about?" I said, "The Pope." Just to kind of get the text message over with, and they're like, "He resigned to join the dark side. You know that, right?"
That's perfect. All right.
What I was going to say earlier, I actually did. I've kind of become addicted to ThinkGeek lately, and
ThinkGeek, that's the retail shop, right?
Yes.
ThinkGeek, if you want to advertise on Painkiller already, you let us know. We're like the same demo.
I'm going to hit them up because they've got a couple of products that I want to advertise myself. They do really cool shit. I got a Sith Lord robe, bathroom robe. I got that on the way. That's pretty tight. It was like $100, but it's nice, very plush. And I got. All right, so I'm a big Game of Thrones. Not Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones fan, and I got a beanie that says "Winter is coming." There's just lots of funny stuff like that on there.
We didn't get it from ThinkGeek, but I have an Airzuka air gun, which they also sell.
Yes.
Do you know what that is?
Are you talking about the compressed air that's like 200 miles an hour?
It's picture like a bucket with a handle on the bottom, like a pistol handle. You pull back this piece of plastic with an elastic on it, and it shoots a puff of air at people.
Oh, I see it. Oh, this is badass. I'm looking at it right now.
You would be shocked how effective that puff of air is. If you hit somebody with it who's unsuspecting, they look at you for a moment like you just hit them with something. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Why'd you puff of air me? And I want to experiment. I've had this idea that I don't know any smokers. I need like fog creation or something. I want to fill it with smoke or fog and see if it shoots a ball across the room. That would be cool.
No, I don't think it would. The physics of that just doesn't add up.
You think it's a different block of air that just pushes a different block of air all the way through?
No, just get some. What are those cigarettes? They're not
the electric ones.
Clove. No, the clove cigarettes. Get a clove cigarette.
I don't even know what that is. It's a cigarette. With
Love to see Woody lighten up a clove in the middle of a video or start a video. He just puts one in his mouth. Just
how outrageous would that be? Because I've been around Woody a lot. He's completely opposed to smoking. Period. But what if Woody just lit up a joint right now? How shocked would we all be if he just lit? Even better, like what if he had a bowl? What if he's like smoking out of a bowl over there with like one of those mini torches, just burn it, and he's just like, yeah, exactly.
I think I would much rather see the actual deal go down. Him buying it from a dealer.
Some dude comes in.
I often wondered that. I sometimes have these completely illogical concerns, like, oh my god, what am I going to do in prison? As if I'm going to prison for some reason, right? But I've thought to myself, like, when I get cancer, how am I going to get my pot? Like, I really don't have any sources. And what do I do? I'd be like, you know that not a cop Twitter guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be like the not a cop Twitter guy on the UNC campus being like, dude, where do you buy your pot? I need some. And you know, they're like, dude, you so look like a cop right now. I'm not telling you where I buy pot.
I was talking to a friend the other day, and I'm actually going to tell you how to buy pot anywhere. All right, so this is not something that I've done. It's not at all. But my friend was telling me the other day that he was in. I'm not even gonna say what city that because that could possibly narrow it down. He was in a city that he normally doesn't go to, and he wanted pot. And it wasn't just for him; it was for a bunch of people. So he needed a lot of pot. And so he got on Instagram and searched pot in his general location, for pictures of marijuana, and he started chatting them up. Because these are people who are posting pictures of their marijuana on Instagram. They probably got some for sale. Instantly, he had like a pound.
Dude, so I'm trying not to name any names here, but I was at a place with people, and those people wanted to score pot. So they looked around, and they saw the guy with hair down past his shoulders and said, "You look like you know how to score some pot." And he was like,
"Wait, was I there for this?
Yeah,
was I there for this?"
He's like,
"Dude, you saw that dude? All right, this dude was total old school hippie, like big fucking mustache, long hair. He looked like he was stoned at the time." You're like, and it's like, I don't want to offend you, dude, but you look like the kind of man that knows where I could get some weed. And he's just like, "You know it, bro. You know it."
Best dude ever.
Oh god.
So I left it at the place with the people, but you guys went and got more specific.
See, this is the reason I go on trips. This is why.
Oh, those trips are great. We're doing that trip again. That's gonna be a good trip.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'll talk to you after we're done recording.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I don't have a place for PAX.
Oh, I got you.
I can't make it.
I can give you a name after, like a hotel with
the spot.
nice spots. Yeah, it's the same one we went to every year. That's why.
They still have a spot.
When I ordered, it was fine. They've never been sold out every time I've called, and I've always called like
that place has so many rooms.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, and it's not special either, but I don't care. All I need is a bed without bugs, and I'm happy. Like
we got a room. They actually have a nice separate place for like the 16th floor, like a special towers level. We're up there. You should come. It'd be nice.
Okay, that sounds like a good time. I will.
Totally not gay. I realize I said that, and I was
I
was thinking.
My mind had zoned in on like just how like. So you rented out the 16th floor of this hotel?
No.
Come on, you did.
No. See, they have a special floor.
They have an
nicer rooms.
Floor.
It's nicer rooms. It's got a private elevator that only people on that floor can use.
Right,
it's
to keep the riffraff away.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And that's where we're gonna be staying that weekend. It's gonna be epic. I don't want to talk to
your
people.
Room. I'm the riffraff.
I don't even cause see, I go to places, but I don't like people, so I like to stay away. And go to
I know exactly
Dude,
how you.
I know
exactly.
totally. When I went to COD XP, they had VIP areas, and it made me and when we do paintball and stuff, there's like a VIP area.
Yes.
It's nice to kind of get away from putting on a performance and kind of relax for a second.
When I'm out and about and amongst like fans and stuff, I am totally friendly. I'm signing stuff. I'm posing pictures. I wrestled with a young boy at the last paintball event.
I saw that.
That kid's ass.
I kicked his ass. Yeah.
This was a little kid too. This kid was like 10.
Dude, no, he was like 14, and he was the star of his wrestling team. And he's like, "You want to roll?" And I had like 40 pounds on him. I'm like, "All right." And my hand was broken at the time, but it went like 20 seconds or something. Like it was really short. But
I told you beforehand. I was like, "There's no way you can win this. Either way, you're boned. Why are you doing this?"
Yeah. Me and TryHard were talking about this, and I was like, we were going back and forth about the different possibilities, and I was like, "But wait. what if the kid beats him? What if this kid has like Spider-Man strength and he's on Woody's back like a fucking monkey and just chokes him out in like 30 seconds?
What if Woody accidentally break this little kid's arm?
Oh, we knew that wasn't gonna happen.
What happens there?
Woody's beaten me up many a time. He's not gonna break anything he doesn't want to break.
You think a shield to beat him down last time?
Anyway, the year before, dude, I'm such a... I don't even want to say that because there'll be a 10-hour clip. But the year before, I think it was the first paintball event, this guy wrote me on like Mail Monday or something, and he's like, Woody, if I go to the paintball event, will you sign my tits? and it was like a heavy young guy. And I was like, I'll do it. And I did it.
Yeah, I saw it. I was there. I witnessed the signing of that man's breasts.
He was a really nice guy. I liked him.
I signed a
we
vagina
put him in a
one
video.
time.
But what was I going to say? Paintball. I was going somewhere with the story. Was it? We were off
Wrestling
the
young boys.
The trips being awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the VIP section and stuff. When I get out and about, I'm totally personable. I'm down to do anything, sign fans, whatever, and stuff. But it sometimes I want to like hide for a second and take a breath. Like that.
See, I'm the other way. I just want to wear a hoodie and have like. I just don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to vanish. Either way,
yeah. It's like I'm happy to do it, and I'm thankful for being in the position to do it. But I
need a break. You just need a break.
Yeah, like
it's a little bit exhausting when you're surrounded by 10 or 15 guys, and they all kind of. They want something from you. That's not a bad thing. It's not like they want money out of your pocket. They just want to hang out with you. They want to make a personal connection and have a conversation with you. And you can only do that for about 4 hours before your eyes start getting dry, and you just want to be able to sit down and be able to say fuck out loud.
It's almost like I'm an introvert pretending to be an extrovert, and
yeah.
Or maybe I'm an extrovert, but I'm only an extrovert that can sprint. Like I'm not a marathon extrovert. So
remember that room in at the paintball place in Chicago? That one little room that was like a safe haven for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
People would use it like as like a refugee. Like just close the door. Like, all right, calm down.
Do you remember that guy who sat out there in the blazing hot sun?
Can we talk about okay? Should we talk about this?
We can move along. If okay. Woody will be the judge.
Go for it. Talk about it.
All right. So this dude was all right. First of all, I'm going to estimate that the temperature that day was in the high 80s to low 90s. The humidity was very high. It was a day where you could get a heat stroke easily.
It's a hot Chicago day, if that means anything to you Americans.
Very fucking hot. I'm from the South, and I was like, this feels like Georgia. This is hot.
And we're all playing paintball. And
we're all playing paintball. We're running around doing this physical activity.
I'm from Africa, and it was still fucking hot.
People don't think of paintball as a sport, and maybe it's not, but you're wearing a lot of gear. You're wearing quite a bit of clothes.
Long pants, long shirt. It hurts to get hit with a paintball, so you tend to wear full clothing.
Right. So you could burn up and melt down pretty fast. So we're all in there killing Gatorade every time we come back. We had this massive supply of Gatorade that everyone took one sip out of and then put their bottle on the floor. It was like everybody wanted to crack open a fresh one and take a sip out of it and be like, no, not for me. It reminded me, I'm going to spin off a little bit here, but you ever see the National Lampoon's Vacation movies where Cousin Eddie would be like, you want a beer, Clark? And Clark's like, sure, Eddie. And he hands him his current beer and cracks himself open a fresh one. Yeah. It's that shit. Everybody wants a fresh one. Everybody wants a fresh one.
I deserve a new fucking drink.
Yeah, right.
So there's this one particular fan, and I'm not hating on the guy. He was a very nice guy.
He was an awesome guy and a super fan.
But he was a super fan, exactly right. So he had come up and he had done his meet and greet with us, and I would kind of go out there because all right. So there were some guys would come up and they would only want to see Woody's Gamertag. They didn't care about anybody else. They're there for Woody's Gamertag. Some guys would come up and they're a
white boy or something,
fan,
yeah,
a white boy fan or a Paintball Kitty fan. There were people who could not give a shit less about FPS Russia. They were there for Paintball Kitty.
Mm-hmm.
So it varied. So I'd go out and ask him, who you here to see, buddy? I got this guy. I got that guy. I got Joe Lozon back there hiding somewhere. Who you want? I'll go get him.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy's like,
and we would do that, by the way, like almost as a service to fans. Like, is MrITryHard in there hiding? I'll get him out for you. Like, which one do you want? I'll make it happen for you.
Yeah, because we really appreciate when you guys come to the paintball events. You're coming out, you're spending your hard-earned money, hang out with us. We appreciate that.
Some people are only there to see us. So
Exactly.
that's a responsibility that matters.
Totally. So this guy, he was like, all of them. I'm a huge Mercadurka fan. I like MrITryHard. Paintball Kitty's back there. Will she do her Minecraft voice? Holy shit, Joe Lozon. Will he choke me? This kid loved us all. So everybody goes out there. They do their thing with him. They sign shit. They take pictures with him.
No, wait. One guy was somebody wasn't in there, and he wanted to. It might have been
White boy, I think, maybe.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, no problem. Pulls out a lawn chair, parks it right outside the door, and he's just like, I can wait.
And I thought he was kidding. So I went out and played paintball. I came back literally like an hour later, and I'm exhausted. I'm sitting there, and I felt like I was about to pass out, and I'm just killing Gatorades. I drank like 2 of them back to back, guzzled them down, and I look up, and I'm like, holy shit, that kid's about to fucking melt. Somebody get that cocksucker a Gatorade.
Exactly. We started pumping him with fluids because we
I immediately snatched up Gatorade and ran to this kid and all right, there's a difference between the way someone drinks when they're thirsty and the way someone drinks when they need fluids. Yeah. This kid didn't care if that was shit flavored Gatorade. He downed that thing.
Was he the same guy who had the duct tape grenade holster?
I don't remember. I do know.
Yes,
I remember the duct
he
tape.
was.
Yeah.
Yes.
He had grenade cardboard holsters. It was
so. If you don't know, paintball is filled with accessories, and they're very expensive, by the way. Like if you want a vest that holds extra, ammo or grenades or something like that, that vest is probably like $125. Anyway, this guy had fashioned everything out that you could need out of duct tape. He had like grenades hanging off him, extra like pods and everything. He would look at the accessories you could buy at the store and create them with rolls of duct tape.
It was impressive. I was impressed.
Awesome.
I've told this story in my personal life many times.
It was just for pure fashion, though. There was no way he was getting those grenades out of that holster. They were freaking duct tape onto his.
Wait, are you doubting Captain Duct Tape? That motherfucker will paint you.
Those are $8 grenades. He wanted to hang on to those. We were just throwing them like they were candy because somebody was handing them to us. Those things were like $8-10 a piece.
Yeah, I think he played with us at one point.
I'm sure he did.
Have we ever talked about Doughboy too? Because that was a good story.
Dude, Doughboy was the man, right?
Doughboy was a shit.
So there was this little kid. All right, so I'm going to quickly go through this so it doesn't get too boring with paintball shit. But
no, I think this is good. Who's Doughboy again?
Okay, so
oh my god.
All right, so in paintball at Living Legends, which is in Joliet, Illinois, if you just quickly, I know because there's going to be lots of comments asking, cpxsports.com, you'll get all the information there. We're going to Living Legends 6 if you want to go. So this kid was a medic. We're all just players. We're running around trying to shoot the enemy team.
Doughboy! This guy was awesome!
There are a limited number of medics. The medic doesn't get a gun. He gets a sword.
So basically, nobody wants to be the medic. That's
nobody but the most selfless people who are all about teamwork and love the game. And usually it's an older guy who just loves the game and wants to hang out and participate in the camaraderie. This guy is like 10, 12. First of all, he's wearing a shirt with the Pillsbury Doughboy on it. It says, "Poke me." I thought he was joking. I was like, let's see if this little fucker has a sense of humor. Because when a 12-year-old kid walks up to a group of 20-something-year-old guys and just starts blending in, it's a little odd. You're kind of taken back. So I poke him. He immediately, no pause, goes, "Yep." And I'm like,
"You're so awesome!" And then we all did it.
We all poked him.
At first, we're thinking, all right, this is another. He's a fan. He's gonna stick around. He's just gonna, talk about us.
I don't think he even knew who we were.
No, exactly. He was just like, hey, I'm a medic and I'm here to play paintball. And we're like, oh great, now we have a medic. This is a good thing. But this is like a 12-year-old kid. This is not gonna go well.
It was shot. So in paintball,
wrong, right?
Just real quick, in paintball, if you get shot, you have to walk a mile and then walk a mile back. Or a medic can just say, "You're healed." And that's why they're tremendously valuable. If there's 12 of you and a medic syncs up, you're going to have 50 times more fun because you don't have to do all that hiking.
And you're much more effective. You might think, the thing about Living Legends is, it's usually somewhere between 500 to 700 people on each team. It's a massive battle. So you're actually taking and losing ground. So there's times where you're in a city, and it's a fight for a city. You feel like it's Stalingrad or something. And if you've got this kid with you, it's not just that it's not like regular paintball where you're like, ah, dang, I got shot. It's like you don't want to lose the fucking city because you just worked really hard to take that city. You just fought for a quarter of a mile.
Men died to take that city.
You died to take that city.
The thing with medics is whenever you need them, they're not around, right? But this little 12-year-old doughboy was a freaking medic ninja. Like, every time he would die, he would, except for that one time when Kyle stole him from the party and hid in a perch.
Oh, dude, I got this kid
doughboy
up in a tower. We got up in a tower with this kid. And I was like, I was like, so how many times can you heal me? He's like, an infinite number of times.
Which is why he cheated. He was supposed to write down every time he healed somebody and like take.
I don't know anything about this Canadian bullshit that's going
this Canadian bullshit rules. This is one of the reasons I love Doughboy, right? Because everyone, like the medic is supposed to like touch you. He's supposed to wipe the paint smear off of you, and he's supposed to write the number down, right?
Dude, 20 feet away.
He'd be like 12 feet away. He'd be like, dude, you're cool.
All right, now I cannot relate to that. I saw Doughboy crawl under enemy fire. I'm talking about like crawling in the grass to get to me before. But I took him up into this tower with me, and this tower, if you stand up, covers you about to your nipples if you're say 6 feet tall. And when I was like, Doughboy, take a knee, bro. He crouches down next to me, and he's helping me reload. I'm standing there. I stand up, and the enemy team, like 6 of them, see me, and they all start lighting me up. And every time I see a paintball break on me, I don't even like take a knee. I crouch down. I'm like, my left arm. He's like, good to go. I stand up and start wailing on him again. I'm just destroying people. I go through like 1,000 paintballs, and I'm just like, well, I'm out of ammo, buddy. I got to go back and get some more. I'll be back, though. He's like, okay. I must have taken out like 12 guys because they all thought I was cheating. And the ref comes over, and I'm like,
that's because you were.
I wasn't. I got Doughboy.
He
At
had a
the end
medic
of the day,
with him.
though, we played probably like a 4-hour paintball session with this kid, and at the end, he was the hero of the bunch. Everybody loved Doughboy.
Love this kid. I've got a video of me with that kid on an old cell phone. I've still got it. Love it. I hope that kid's back this year. I'll totally recognize him. Doughboy, if you're out there, I don't know your real name. I'm sorry. You're the man. You need to hit us up on Twitter.
He wanted to be called Doughboy. He said, it's fine, just call me Doughboy. Like, all right.
Yeah, I honestly don't know if we ever got his real name. But Doughboy, if you're out there listening, if anybody knows who Doughboy was, hit us up on social media. Hit us on Twitter, Facebook, or something. We want you with us again.
Yeah, Doughboy. Crew medic. Best medic ever. Loved him.
Badass motherfucker.
At 12.
At 12.
2.5 hours wrapping this up.
We can do that. No, Wings has got a lot more work to do.
Yeah, Wings has some work to do.
All right. Anyone have an outro they want to say?
Yes, my Tomb Raider review just went up. You should check it out.
A non-self my PayPal is
No, I would like a $6,000 vacation, please.
All right. Thank you, Mr. I Try Hard, for coming on.
My pleasure.
Wings, good luck with your $6,000 vacation.